are saying I'm here. Hello. Hello.
Says we're live. Are you live? Is everyone live tonight?
Totally live.
Live and in color. It's Sunday night. How's everyone doing tonight?
Ooh, I got a thing telling me that we're live.
Wow, there we go.
It's official. Ooh, I'm going to like it before I forget, like I do a lot. So you guys should like it too. There's the camera. I'm talking to the not camera. So I'm going to like it before I forget again. So tell your friends. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff going on there. Where's the like button?
Did you lose it again?
I did.
Here's something that's interesting. You have no chat window. Sorry, everyone. We're having some technical.
Shocking. Well, the thing is okay. It's there, but it's not there.
How about this? Oh,
What about refresh?
I tried that.
Alrighty, that'll work.
You can read those.
Sort of.
There's your chat windows. Hold on.
Happy Sunday. Oh, I'm trying to read the names.
Let's see here. Where's the chat? There's the chat box. Unlock.
Yes, I have a new
Oh,
appendage. That's right.
you're very appendagey. Hey ho, welcome to Sunday Night Tool Talk Live with me, the missus, everyone else. Let's do our round of hellos. Here we got Robert Baker, Jason Blair's in the house. D Diz, hey D. Dewey did it, Bear One, Donner Raw. Yeah, you might need a microphone.
They can't hear me because my microphone was super far away.
Hold on, I gotta turn your microphone up. Keep talking.
I totally forgot about my microphone. So yeah, trying to be better. Thank you. No, I'm here. They are, I think they're frog eyeballs because they're green and there's like a little crown. So I'm thinking like the Princess and the Frog. Wasn't that a story?
Yeah,
Right.
that's a story.
So I'm putting my own spin on it. I'm the princess and I'm also the frog. And I have like, it's maybe hard to see, but there's like a little crown. Anyways. So yeah, I'm going with it.
Let's see here. Did I say Donner Raw, Bear One, Mr. Spartacus, Owen's Jeep Stuff, Barbecue 76 is in the house.
He's barely alive, but that's my fault because of last night. Now, here's my question. Did he mean barely alive or does he mean barley as in alcohol?
Oh.
Barley, rye.
Greetings from Wisconsin. D Diz says Bear One wants pancakes. Let's see here. Hot Splice 1970s in the house. Todd's Workshop's here as well. Let's see here. PJ Kentucky RBX177. Let's see here. Robert Joe Smith and Friends is in the house. Futon 02, your average cider, saying howdy. Southern Homestead Transformations here. Road 418, Semper Paratus, Jason Blair, Smedley Dog 1.
Somebody said I'm at a good level and you're a bit low.
I'm low? Wow.
Okay.
That's a new one.
Disregard audio is good. Never mind.
Let's see here. Eric Wolf's in the house. Echo Belkin, DR Falcon, Yanet Sereno. This is becoming an every Sunday thing. I'm liking it. That's awesome. Glad you can make it.
So it's Diz. It says at the Den of Tools. D Diz is Diane. So it's Di, not D.
Well, there you go.
Diz. We'll work on that.
I've been saying it wrong for months.
Years.
Ah.
Decades. Thank you for correcting us. Please do
Yes.
correct us. Like, we really do try to pronounce people's names correctly when we can.
I'm not good at it, but I try. Ed the Old Tech Guy's in the house. Hipsters and Hippies.
Mark
Not
says
safe for work, Harold.
he's self-quarantined against frog virus. Do you think I have a virus?
NSFW Harold said, I think I put on a few pumpkin bread pounds thanks to Mrs. DeBear.
Oh, who said that?
Harold.
Oh.
Hot Spice 97 says, hello, bears. Let's see here. Grizz is in the house. Says, hey, y'all. Joe Cubic says, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Bear. Hope you're all doing well.
Master the Chicken says, Bear, don't eat my chickens.
Oh, I love me some chickens.
That's right.
Dodge says, just got back from his Vegas, California trip. All I can say is how dry and warm it is compared to Michigan. We need to make a pipeline from the Great Lakes over there.
I think that the air would just get cold. It would
Yeah.
go the wrong direction.
Right now, I can't really decide around here if it wants to be cold or if it wants to be warm. It's ping-ponging back and forth. It's really kind of weird.
Yep.
The Andy asks, here at Harbor Freight, has anyone tried the 3/8 half-inch sockets?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. You got to specify like the Pittsburgh, the Quinn, the Icon.
Echo, I love your comment. Hello, moderators.
Backwoods Mechanic says he finally made it. Is Mrs. Bear a Pac-Man fan?
I am a
looks like
Ms. Pac-Man fan. Yeah, kind of. It does kind of look like that. When I was a girl, yes, I was definitely a Ms. Pac-Man fan.
I liked it better than Pac-Man because Pac-Man had the patterns, and once you memorized the patterns, it was just a case of memorization, whereas Miss Pac-Man required a bit more reactive skills kind of stuff.
Bear1 says, hey, Bear, where is the second state y'all live in?
The second state?
I think they mean
State of
Montana.
confusion?
Yeah, the state of constant.
We spend our winters in Vegas and our summers in Montana. I don't know. We're talking about doing some traveling, but it's kind of funny because we always talk about doing some extra traveling, but then it's like, well, that'll take time away from Montana. And then in the winter, we're kind of stuck down here in Vegas with, schools and stuff. So
We could travel during the winter. I'm just saying.
only if we're going further south.
It's a possibility.
I'm not going up to Michigan, I can tell you that.
Hey, now. I would love to visit Michigan.
Not in the winter, you wouldn't.
For a short...
Not-
I sure would.
Not in the winter.
For like a week?
Nope.
Absolutely.
Nope. Not even a little bit. Matthew Bean says, howdy, y'all. Remind people to hit the like button. Thank you very much. By the way, if you're in here, you're liking what you see, and you want to support us on the old YouTubes, the easiest way is hitting that like button. YouTube likes it. I don't know. They get funny about that whole thing. They like to have like to see people interacting with the live streams.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Little John's Garage says, first time here, y'all really helped me with finding a lot of good tools. So glad I've subscribed to your channel. Thank you so much. Glad we could help. It's been a heck of a week though. I'm worn out. I don't know about you all. I usually I know a lot of you I saw comments before you were complaining you don't like the whole daylight savings time. I love daylight savings time. More sunlight's better for me. And, you okay there?
I am. I'm reading. I'm balancing things. I'm pouring a drink while we're talking.
But I don't know. I feel like a little jet lagged today. We've been pretty busy though.
Yeah.
I spent half the day putting together a cruddy gas grill from Lowe's. Oh, I probably shouldn't tell you which one it was. So we're going to be doing a comparison. We're doing the cheapest grill from Lowe's versus the cheapest grill from Home Depot. That's coming up this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be all sorts of fun.
Yep. I got my little bell ready. Hello, Shaka. $2. Ryobi is trash. Fact, not opinion. Bing, 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 bing. Hey, Shaka. Thank you so much.
And for everyone who likes the ice cubes.
Well, it's so funny because I have like the same glass. There's a lot of giveaways that happen in Las Vegas. So if you ever see these, they're not necessarily sponsored. They're just what
free.
We have. Yep.
What are they?
It's for
KB
the KB
Homes. Oh, yeah,
We've
yeah.
looked at a number of homes, and that was one of the ones.
Chris says, love the pie eyes, Mama Bear. Pie. I'd go for some pie.
I will look into a keto pie.
How'd the cornbread turn out?
The cornbread turned out great. Eleanor did an amazing job mixing it and then wandering away while it was baking.
Yeah, she's good like that.
She is really good. She is really good. And I do need to spend more time with her in the kitchen. She loves to make things. She doesn't necessarily like to eat them all, but she likes to make things, which is interesting. I mean, I should know this by now. She likes to make smoothies in the Vitamix, but she
Won't drink them.
Yeah. So, yeah.
She kind of takes
be a
after you
chef.
like that.
Yeah, that's true. I like to cook for people, and I really enjoy watching them like enjoy the food, but I don't usually
Yeah,
eat it.
she'll make a whole bunch of food throughout the day, and then like that evening, she'll be like, "I haven't eaten anything today." I was like, "You were making all this food. How did you not eat any of that?"
Yeah.
Let me catch up on some of these comments here. PJ says, "Go to Michigan in July. A lot of small towns have cherry festivals. Nothing like fresh cherries." Oh my gosh, driving through Michigan in the summer, and there's cherry stands on every corner down all these rural roads. It's a beautiful thing. I love Michigan in the summer. The real quick though, for those of you who knew, I know we got some people who are new to the live stream. Type, you see right here it says, please type at Den of Tools. Type it just like you see there, the at sign, then the Den of Tools, and that makes it show up in an orange blob just like that. Because we only read the ones that say at the Den of Tools or the ones from members or super chats, because there gets to be too many comments and I can't keep up with them. So sorry, but that way, you guys talk amongst yourselves a whole bunch, and that way I know who's talking to whom. Let me.
Southern Homestead Transformation says free, my favorite flavor. Hey, in our house, like that is a thing. We say what tastes better than ice cream, and they're like free ice cream. So yeah, if it's free, it's for me.
Dewey Diaz says, good evening. Joe Kublik, I think I got that close. Craftsman came out with some new tools, 2 new impact wrenches, a brushless 7 1/4 circ saw that is rebranded DCS 570, a heat gun, and a 6 amp hour battery found on the Lowe's website. Yeah, they're going to be cranking out. I mean, Stanley Black & Decker is investing heavily into that. It looks pretty much like they're doing kind of a mishmash between Porter Cable and DeWalt. They're downscaling some DeWalt stuff, upscaling some Porter Cable stuff. Honestly, the tools don't seem that bad. The brushless stuff seems far better than the brush stuff. And I'm not the type that usually says like, hey, you need to get brushed or brushless, because I think that brushless tools actually have a great place for most people, even some professionals. There are benefits to having brush tools, but the brushed stuff I've tried from Craftsman was just terrible. Let's see what else we got here. Bear One asks, we're in Montana, a town or a city and stuff. We're in Livingston. I think it's population around, it's under 10,000, right? Most of the year. During the summer, of course,
10,000.
It goes a little crazy because it's the big town that people go to for fly fishing. It's the town that's right on is it not I-80? It's 99. The big
95?
interstate. Yeah, 95.
Maybe it's 99.
The big interstate that goes through Montana. It's where you get off to go down to Yellowstone. So it's often referred to as the what do they call it? The North Gate to Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's see here. Mike says, hello from upstate New York. Hey, have you still got snow? I saw you guys got just snockered. It was about a week or two ago. You got hit by a huge blizzard, and then they had lake effect snow after that. It was, it made me cold. I get cold think about it. Mike Adams says, how good is the cub at licking the mixing beaters after the mixing cake batter? Boy, try to get him to wait. That's the hard part.
Yep.
And let's see.
Teaching them to disconnect it from the machine before sticking tongue in there is kind of like.
Frank says hi from Michigan. Barbecue 76 says that is all. And Robert Ebbs, the better half checked loads, and the Vegas flights have lots of space for a change. Bad part is we have to go to Cleveland to visit her mother. Oh,
that's a bummer.
Yeah, a bunch of the airlines have been. I didn't talk to you about this. A bunch of the airlines have been having these huge sales, and Alaska Airlines having one-way tickets for as low as $20.
To where?
From here to San Francisco.
I now know why he didn't tell me. So I'm going to visit Mom.
That's in Sacramento.
Yes, but
by the time you fly to San Francisco and then pay for something to get from there to Sacramento, you could just go to Sacramento.
I'm just saying, I'm going there.
Take an Uber. You gonna thumb it.
I have ways.
It's San Francisco.
I have friends. They'll come get me.
They'll disappear you. The Zafio says even reads your messages if you're not a member or super chatting like some YouTubers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy who's like, well, if you're not paying me, I'm not going to read your message. I know a guy who's part of the local YouTuber group. He's a nice guy, but he does financial stuff and business stuff. So I guess that's his thing. But I think that's a bit much.
Okay.
I will say
I
this:
have a drinking
you do
problem.
get to go to the front of the line
Napkins.
if you do a super chat. Nice, just family friendly here, lady.
Sorry. I have a drinking problem, and I'm not even
it's got
drinking
a
booze.
Drinking problem is so horrible.
I'm concerned.
And I haven't even been drinking tonight.
Nice.
Mike Smith says, what do you think of the Earthquake battery impact half-inch gun compared to the other bigger brands? I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with the higher-end professional impact guns. So I do have the Earthquake, and it's got a metric ton of power behind it. And I do know guys who are pros who've used it. And basically what I heard is it's not quite as powerful as the Milwaukee, but it's half the price. But it's like within a whisker of the upper ends. The problem, the real significant problem, I think, is that the battery line is just limited. You know, if you're buying it just for the impacts, then fine, that's great. But I mean, they did just come out with the grease gun for it, but there's just not a whole bunch in that line. If you're a pro, then then you're gonna want a whole bunch of other tools to go with it. I guess if you only do tires or something like that, I could see doing that kind of thing. It's definitely, I know a lot of pros who use it. They like it. So it's probably got more power than I need for anything. And let's see here. Hold on. I think I missed one.
Salvador Hernandez, I think that's your last name, says that Livingston's not very far from him. So yes, it is Hernandez. Awesome. We will be there this summer. So hopefully we can see you.
Donna Ross says, sorry, she was working on veggies for tacos. Why would you put veggies in tacos? I don't understand. Did you say thank you for the years?
I sent a message making sure it was okay first.
Okay.
Daughter of Ra sent me some really cool headgear because I have mentioned a few times that
she's going to be officially sponsoring the headgear in the channel for the foreseeable future.
Yes. There were quite a number of them that arrived. So every week for the foreseeable future, it'll be something different, but I really liked these ones.
So if you don't like the headgear, please email Daughter of Ra.
No. If you don't like the headgear, then you need a hug. And just turn to the person to your left and say, I'm having a rough day. I need a hug.
All right, everyone, hug the viewer to your left. All right. Let's see here. Bear with us. So I found out something about my Kia Soul. My mom drives with the stalling issue. Apparently, it's pending OBD codes with 2 cylinders misfiring. Why does that not pop the idiot light? That's a good question. I don't know why that wouldn't bring on the check engine light. If you have 2 cylinders misfiring, that's too bad. I really like, Kia makes some really great vehicles, especially for the money. And I really like the little Kia Soul. I got a soft spot for boxy vehicles. I think it was originally, if you guys are old enough to remember the old BMW 2002s, I remember driving in one when I was a little kid and just thinking that was the coolest car ever.
I'm not sure if Jose doesn't like me or doesn't like you.
Someone's not liked?
Because Jose Dude says, love the bear. You and your partner, not so much.
Oh, because we're not fuzzy. Yeah, I know. The bear gets the weekends off. He's as he says, he's talent. So he doesn't have to do the menial work. Yep. Anthony says, buying dust mask this week was like a drug deal.
Yep, I
the
saw
supplier
that.
made me show my OSHA card. Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Here's a hot tip. Don't get so close that somebody can breathe on you or cough on you or sneeze on you. Those air droplets, if you're not in an enclosed environment breathing the same air and you're like really close to them, it doesn't transmit quite like that. Now, washing your hands and keeping hygienic, that's the most important thing.
I also want to remind people just that, to look around, that there's an economical way to do lots of things. And the kind of masks that you need are not really available. most places. The Dollar Tree does have like regular generic masks. If you're going to the hospital or going to a doctor's office, I would say maybe pick those up. And I think there's an 8 count at the Dollar Tree. And those are just basic masks.
Well, one thing, I don't know if I ever told you the story, but when I got into doing low voltage electrical, running Cat 5, when we were running fiber, we were running, actually we were running Cat 5E and phone lines. I was working for a company called Behringer Mannheim in Indianapolis, and it was literally a campus of 17 buildings. And do you remember me telling you about that?
There's so many stories.
So Behringer is a pharmaceutical, or was a pharmaceutical company. I believe they got bought by Merck about 10, 20 years ago. And the facility we were working at was doing testing using human blood samples. Mm-hmm. And to go in and test, we had to go through a 2-week long course on pathogens and how not to get Hep B and how not to get exposed. There were certain buildings where we had to go in to do work, and we had to run wiring wearing bunny suits.
Fun times.
Oh, yeah. And for those of you who don't know, bunny suits don't mean like ears like her.
No,
bunny
they're
suits
not cute.
Bunny suits are like when you watch the movie like Outbreak, and they're in the big puffy, like full environmental suits with the air thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to go in those kind of things and run wire. All sorts of fun. Let me catch up on some more questions here. R&R Garage. Hello from R&R Garage.
Hello.
Mike Smith says, I live south of where the snow line was. It's between really warm here in Brewster, right on the Connecticut line. Oh, wow. Brett says, hey, y'all, checking in from North Idaho. Oh, North Idaho. North Idaho is beautiful.
I think all of Idaho is pretty beautiful.
All of Idaho is beautiful. I even like southern Idaho. And, yeah, I bet it's nice and chilly up there. And the Raven says, hey, Bears, Mrs. Bear saw the new Atlas mowers at our local Harbor Freight yesterday. Got to say, the quality is definitely there. However, no battery or charger included was a big disappointment. Yeah, they're all going to be a la carte, which is both good and bad. It's bad if you're looking for a bundled deal. It's good if you're looking to buy more than one item. That was kind of the drawback to the Link stuff. Everything came with a 40-volt battery and a charger. Well, they have 5 items in the lineup. If you buy all 5, you end up with 5 batteries and 5 chargers. And I think, hold on, let me think. I think I have chargers. Who needs this many chargers?
We do. Okay, but most people are not us. Most people are not going to be doing what we're doing. So most people don't need that many chargers. I do have to say I like the color.
They're huge. They're like game consoles.
That's so you don't lose them, obviously.
I wonder if it will play Doom.
Scroll down.
Oh, hold on. Scrolling. Wait, am I caught up?
No. That's what the blue arrow
You're supposed to be
means.
on the live one over here.
I know, but I can't see it because it's see-through.
It's see-through.
So most of the time, because you know what I mean.
Get your phone out. Do it on your phone.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh.
Oh, my phone's almost dead.
We're very professional around here, if you can't tell.
Yes.
Let's see here. Zaffiel says, if you want to see him, at the dental tools. Also, don't slip down any hills. Yeah, also, by the way, I do try to answer every single question as long as you typed in at the Den of Tools. So if I don't answer it right away, please don't repeat it because then I get confused because then I think that I've got a case of really bad deja vu because then I'll read it twice or 3 times and I'll be like, I'm pretty sure I just answered that. Anyway, I'll get to it. I promise I will. Let's see here.
Jose Dude says, you want to lose weight? Give up the brown sugar water drinks. Well,
Brown
you don't
sugar
actually know
water.
what's in our brown sugar water drinks, but thank you for your concern.
Yeah. I'm down 50 pounds, so I'm doing okay on the whole weight loss thing so far. Let's see here. Master Chickens wants to know, are you drinking Coronas? I'm not a fan of Corona. Any beer you have to stick a lime in to make it palatable. It's not not my favorite kind of beer. If I want to go south of the border, I'm drinking tequila. I'm not a huge. I do like some good beers, but I don't like a lot of beer. And I'm more of a hard liquor drinker when I drink. And honestly, I don't drink that much anymore. And especially since we're on keto, keto lowers your tolerance. Like, oh, it's like you're 17 again. Not that I ever drank when I was
Yes,
17.
that 17-year-olds should not be drinking. That's right.
I'm from a different time, folks, kids. So
Yep.
in a different part of the world. And let's see here.
It's my turn.
Oh my gosh.
199. I see you with the uneven number. Best and worst Bosch tools. Thank you. Please ring loudly. Samuel apparently does not like Daughter of Ra at all. That's not what he said. But
Fine. Loud
we're gonna go
ringing
with that.
coming in 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Hopefully that was loud enough.
We'll have to get a third microphone just for the bell.
I was thinking that. I'm like... Anyways.
Casey, a little shotgun mic right down there for the bell. Little tiny
It'll be
arm
tiny.
for it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
We're
it's been one of
goofballs.
those weeks.
Yep.
It really has. So, boy, I really can't talk about my favorite Bosch tool because I don't have enough experience with Bosch tools. I've used some. I think the Bosch tool I used more than anything else was an electric jackhammer, and I think it was like 20 years ago. I'm trying to think what Bosch is always. See, here's the problem with Bosch. Bosch has always been focused on the corporate client. They sell fleet sales. They don't want to sell you one drill at a time. They want to sell you 100 drills at a time. They're like Hilti, Makita. You'll find they have a large focus on corporate sales. So they don't, Makita goes after the consumer as well. Bosch a little bit, Hilti not at all. But Bosch has only recently in the past year or two really been like, okay, we're going to try and get consumer sales. Like when they came out with the Freak, that was a big thing. Are you trying to show me something? No. And so I don't know. It's hard for me to say like what's my favorite. I mean, the Freak looks interesting. You know what I use more for anything from Bosch are their blades. I love their recip blades, their multi-tool blades. Those are like the go-to things from Bosch for me. And
Simper Paratus, you did miss a week. Last week was the first week we started with the new mics. He was saying, did I miss something? So that's okay. We started last week. Daughter of Ra was pointing out that you don't need masks unless you are the one that is sick, which is very true. Or if you have some autoimmune issues, but they don't really protect you that well. So, yeah.
Barbecue 76, surprisingly enough, is very excited to see the barbecue comparison of cheap grills. He said, then you need to show what's left of them in a couple of years. That's the problem with Chinesium grills. Any of these inexpensive grills, pretty much these days, if you don't get a cover for them, they're going to be dead within a year or two. They just cannot stand up to the outdoors. You get one, you should probably just spray the entire thing with a whole nother coat of, of paint on it and, oven, grill paint. But yeah, they rust. It's so weird how quickly those things just die. Samuel says, please talk. Okay, we talked about that, the Bosch ones. And Kevin says, what do you think about Cobalt's new line of XTR tools? I think it's cool. I said that, last year, I think it was about a year ago, we were worried that Cobalt was going to go away because of Craftsman pushing in. And there was questions. I did talk to some people at corporate. There was a question about whether it was going to last. And they got such a pushback against Craftsman for people who liked the Cobalt line and wanted to see more Cobalt tools that they've reinvested. Now we're seeing the benefits of that. So that's the community coming up and saying, no, we like these tools. We want, don't make this change. We want to see more of it. And in fact, they've actually come back, full 180 on that and they're reinvesting. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Bear One says, I will say I don't like one tiny thing of your new intro animation. The white flashes as it shows the welcome to the den of tools hurts my eyes because it's really bright.
Oh, sorry.
So, sorry.
Antonia's in the house. He says, howdy.
Hello. Barbecue 76 says, there isn't anyone on my left or my right. Now who am I supposed to hug? You're supposed to hug yourself. You can give yourself hugs. I'm just saying.
Hippie.
Hugs.
Hayden says, how are the Harbor Freight welders? I have the two basic ones. I've got they're both the flux core. I've got the Chicago Electric flux core, and I'm looking down here because that's where they are. I've got the Chicago Electric, and I've got the titanium. They both do a decent job. The titanium's stupid easy to use. It is, my 10-year-old could lay down a bead with that thing, and has.
She's kind of wicked.
You should have heard her giggle. Duncan thought it was super cool. I'm surprised he hasn't asked him weld more stuff. But yeah,
Speaking that, it's awfully quiet. I'm slightly concerned.
Yeah,
as to
well,
what our children are up to.
There's three different lines. Basically, the Chicago Electric gets the job done at a low price point. The titanium fixes everything that you found that was annoying about the Chicago Electric, but both of those are definitely consumer grade welders. And then you've got the Vulcan, and there are pros who use the Vulcans. They're not like a super, like if you're in a welding shop where you're welding every single day and that's the only thing you do, no, you're not going to get the Vulcan. That's not what that's for. But you got to understand there's different tiers of pro use. Even AVE, the biggest tool guy on all of YouTube, who's known for hating on Harbor Freight, went out and bought a Vulcan welder because he liked it so much. So, DR Falcon, it has to misfire a certain number of times before the check engine light comes on. Regardless, get it fixed ASAP, as it can damage the converter. There you go. He's talking about the issue with the Kia Soul we talked about before. Donna Ross says, masks are not even needed unless you are sick.
Which we already talked about.
And Todd says, Mrs. Bear, randomly hugging the person next to you is one way to wind up on a list.
Okay. So that's the difference between men and women, generally.
Yeah.
I think if women do it, generally, it's not as frowned upon. Not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's one of those things.
Benjamin says, hey, Bear, what would be a solid line of tools for a home hobbyist? I'm thinking about M18. M18 is a solid line of tools, but they're designed and priced for professionals. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to go wrong with the tool. The tool's going to work. You're just going to pay for more than you're probably going to get out of it, because as a home hobbyist, you're unlikely, I'm not saying you won't, because everyone's a little different, but odds being across the board that you're not likely to get the full use out of them. If you really want to go Milwaukee, maybe consider going with the M12 or M12 fuel line. You're going to get a ton of power out of the fuel stuff, and it's going to be a little bit less expensive. What we were talking about before, the Cobalt line is excellent for home DIY use. I like the Bauer stuff. That's really good. There's some higher end. I know Shaka's going to hate me for saying it. There's some higher end Ryobi stuff that's good. And I'm taking a look at this, the stuff coming out from Walmart, the Hart stuff, the TTI stuff. And they got some interesting things there. So I'm excited to see how that's all going to pan out. I think it's going to be a lot of the case like we see with the Craftsman stuff, where the brush stuff is so, but the brushless stuff is decent. We got to see what the real pricing is going to be, because right now it's all launch pricing. Everyone's giving it a hard time. I'm like, it's launch pricing. Let's wait to see what with Walmart, they don't do sales, they do rollback pricing. So we'll see what the rollback price is. Backwoods Mechanic, 3M paint mask at CarQuest is rated safe for the virus. Okay. Everyone talks about it has to be, I think it's N95, it has to be rated for that. But what you'll see in a lot of the hardware stores is P95 or is 85. But they'll get a P rather than the N rating. And the P means that it also is resistant to oils. And it's actually a better, higher rating. Ron Smith says the Bears spread the virus. Bears spread the virus New Vegas. I have a cruise ship off the coast of Florida waiting for the test kit. Mark says the cheap airline tickets might get you quarantined midair and unable to land for 3 weeks. That would be a neat trick. Let's see here. C. Adams says, hope when you were on that job running Cat 5e, you guys were paid by the hour. Oh, yeah. You're definitely paid. You know, I remember how excited I was when I got my first job on salary. And then I got my first paycheck and thought about how much I was working. I'm like, this sucks. I want to go back to hourly. Jake says, give us some ideas for garage organization and storage. Oh my gosh. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is if you're going to have a shop in a garage, have everything on wheels. Everything you can that's on wheels, because that allows you to push everything off to the side and then pull things out and use them as needed. I even had shelving on wheels because then I had my tools on that, so I could bring my tools to the job rather than having to walk back and forth across the shop. We did in the last deals of the week last Monday. There was a set of brackets for fold down shelves, so you could have like a fold down workplace, so you could make things more flexible. Let's see here. We're in a place right now. If you can see up over here, the previous owner. If I can point to, where is it? Right there. There we go. Boy, I'd be terrible as a weatherman. Previous owner actually built in some really nice shelving and stuff in this garage, and he was obviously he did. I think the story was he did industrial framing, like steel framed buildings for businesses. And he brought home a lot of stuff from work and put it together. So we're really lucky in that regards. But who else? Inexpensive shelving. I'm trying to think of what else you could do. Well, stay away from IKEA because that stuff doesn't last long.
And then I want to see the other one on camera.
And stay away from the Container Store because that stuff's too expensive. Woot.com. They have some good sales every so often on some accessibly affordable shelving. And let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. I lost my place. And, of course, the comments jumped on me. They always do that. And let's see here. Zaffiel says, when I was younger, they gave me a badge to go anywhere in a large hospital to audit things. And walking out of a lab, had a fun discussion with someone in a suit.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned from doing jobs like that is I could walk around with a clipboard and, and pretty much, people will just ignore you. Get on your cell phone, but walk with your clipboard. You can walk anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, cell phones are a sneaky one because people don't want to interrupt your conversation.
Bear One says, do you see my Discord post? No, I haven't been on Discord. I don't think I've been on Discord all week. I've been busy with a bunch of other stuff. Donna Ross says, I was going to say, starting to look like Bear needs a smaller shirt. Yeah, look at this. I'm swimming in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Yep. You should be proud of you too.
And Trent says, Makita customer service sucks in case you missed it. Thank you, Mr. Trent. Always wanting to pop in and remind us, we need to get one person who hates every single brand so we can have universal hatred of all the brands.
Yep. Well, and I mean, that's the thing that's great about our community. We all bring something different to the table. We all have our own opinions, and we can all love and hate whatever tools.
Harold says, I heard Lyme disease cures coronavirus. I thought it just made it palatable.
I just thought it made
a Lyme
you
in your
unique.
corona.
Nice. Anyone watching from outside the USA, shout out to our foreign friends. Thank you, Joe Smith and friends.
And let's see here. Echo says, I prefer the cowbell. Cowbell's coming back this summer.
Yes.
And
Oh, I missed it.
what?
JD Tech 920 said, Antonio is saying, congratulations on the new job, brother. I agree. Family's always more important than YouTube. So, I guess JD Tech was saying that he has been busy with a new job.
Oh, yeah.
So, Yes, family is always more important. We absolutely love having you guys here, and you are our family, but your immediate family, always a bigger priority. And congratulations on the job.
Yeah, congrats. Jason says all of these electric yard tools are great, but until the capacity of batteries can handle 1.5 acres, it leaves out so many of us who live in the outskirts of cities or rural areas. Well, it's called multiple batteries.
Do you want to hold it up for the camera? You have to come in.
Here, hand it to me.
You can.
I made some cornbread.
Ellie Bell made cornbread.
For me.
No, I knew that was no, honey, not keto cornbread.
Yes, it is.
I will make one with almond flour.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
It's where the dishes are.
Ooh, that smells good. Now just slather it in butter.
Elle, honey, you have to take
Give me
this
a
or
plate.
Daddy will eat it.
Yes, he will. And
No, we're not actually making it for Dad.
Ronald says stop using tequila to make hand sanitizers. There's not enough alcohol. Yeah, your alcohol content has to be, I think it's around 150, 160 to actually be antiviral, antibacterial. So, yeah, you're just wasting good alcohol otherwise. And Arnar says, I have stepped into Harbor Freight for the first time yesterday and didn't want to leave, but I made a list of what to buy next time I'm there. Good luck with that list.
Yep. It'll be ever growing, ever expanding.
No, it's more like I walk in, too, with a whole list in my head about what I'm going to buy. And as soon as I walk in, out the door, I'm like, ooh, but that's on sale.
Grizz says, you didn't lose weight, Bear. I picked it up. Okay. Elle's new friend named Kevin has glow-in-the-dark eyeballs. Yeah.
This is what I get to deal with.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Nope. Not happening.
Bye-bye
Love
now.
you.
Can I turn them off?
No.
No.
Bye, Kevin.
Goodbye, Kevin.
They're mad at you. He's mad at you.
Okay. You should be concerned, honey. Kevin is mad at
I
you.
know.
Mm-hmm. He's blue and has glow-in-the-dark eyeballs.
Antonio says, nice new mics. Yes, we did. We upgraded from the single blue snowball to our nice...
You mean white snowball?
No, the company's called Blue.
Oh. I knew that, obviously.
Rode Pod mics, which they're fairly inexpensive. They're $100 each, but then they have to go into a box, which was lovingly donated by one of our viewers.
Thank you again.
But, I mean, if you wanted to go this route, you could, as an individual, probably do it for around, $250. So, it is a step up, but hopefully the audio quality is much better. Daughter Ross says, okay, I admit to the autoimmune thing.
I was saying, like, if you have underlying health issues, that the masks are
Yes.
sometimes needed.
And Robert says the tool companies need to target the end user as much as the tradesmen supply their own tools. That's just it. Tradesmen, at some level do, but in many trades they don't. And it's in large corporate service accounts, they don't supply their own tools, and that's who they sell to. They're selling to, industrial applications where the trades, the people doing the jobs there don't supply their own tools.
Andrew says, have you looked at the 72-inch toolbox/workbench at Sam's Club for $410? I do not believe that you have. I know that I have not looked at a Sam's Club in a while.
I haven't been to a Sam's Club in a while. There's a Costco right near us, which is probably why. Do we even still have a membership at Sam's Club?
We do not, which is why we haven't really.
I can
looked at
still
it.
sneak in. I can always say.
Yeah, we can go. They just, yeah.
But anyway, the point is, though, that somebody did actually send me a picture of it, and it looked interesting. Is it the one you're talking about, the one that's all stainless steel? Because there's one like that, and there's one like that that also has a wood top to it. I did find out the company that was importing those, and they're fairly generic. You can buy them straight off of Alibaba and stuff like that. But they seem okay, but I think for the price, there's not a lot of support that goes with them. That's the problem. Let's see, Hot Spice says, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much, sir. Southern Homestead says, 12-inch compound miter saw is the best from Bosch. The compound sliding miter saw. The one thing that Bosch really makes that's really good is they have this weird articulating double hinge design on one of their saws that allows it to sit flush up against a wall. It's a good saw. I'm not gonna say it's the best sliding miter saw out there, but it's going to be the best space saving, and it's an excellent saw. It's definitely in the top 90 some percentile, but it's you're really paying for the engineering for the space savings. Grills, what was that? Hold on. Jake says grills last a lot longer if you keep them in the garage. Just don't forget to turn off the gas.
That is true.
And John says, when will Harbor Freight Hercules be going totally brushless? I don't know if they'll ever be going totally brushless. There's some jobs where brush just makes more sense. But you're going to start seeing the move towards more brushless tools. It was supposed to start in August. There may be some pushback due to delays with shipping and whatnot, but I heard they're going to start coming out in August. Ronald asks, there's a shortage of tequila. Everybody's using it to make hands. Yeah, I heard they were using that. No, it wasn't tequila. It was the vodka for that Texas brand vodka. I don't remember what it was.
Tito's?
Tito's. It was Tito's. And even Tito's had to issue a statement saying, please stop using our vodka. We love that you buy it, but it's not going to help you.
Christina Marie, I love you. She says, why does it feel like you guys are on earlier than normal? It's that whole time change business.
Jack says, Ola, thanks to Daylight Savings Time, I can hang in to catch some stream. You guys are great. Hey, Jack. He doesn't usually make it. He comments on all the videos. Yes. He doesn't usually make it to the stream.
Thank you so much. It's nice to see you, Jack.
Jay Bedham says, I picked up a Weber kettle grill the day after I moved to Vegas, still holding up 3 years later. Weber makes some nice stuff. You pay a pretty penny for it. It's amazing. You know, I'm not a huge griller or barbecue person. I wish I had more time and I was better at it. But I had to do a video last year or the year before. I think it was last year, using a Weber grill, and yeah. I had not realized how fanatical people are trying to buy a used Weber grill that's in good shape. Is you might as well buy a new one. Yep. The way people want they want so much money for them.
They're like, it holds its value, and you're like, not really.
George says, if Home Depot went out of business, what would happen to the Ryobi cordless tools? Oh, I think TTI would probably be ecstatic as far as being able to sell, because they're in a contract. TTI makes those tools, so Home Depot doesn't make them, and they're in an exclusive contract, so they could sell them anywhere. That's part of the reason why they did this thing with Walmart with the Heartline, so they could bring out their discount brand into more stores, because Walmart's got 6,000 plus stores and Home Depot's got a third of that.
Daughter of Ra, yes, I did remember to like. I liked at the very beginning. I'm getting better, if anyone's keeping track.
Benjamin asks, how good is the cordless Bauer angle grinder? That's one of the few tools from Bauer I don't have. I do know some people on here talked about it, and they said they really like it. That's all I can really do is pass along what somebody else who, is a member of the channel has said that they liked it. So, and Barbecue 76 says, the Ego battery tools may be an option for you, but they're more expensive. I don't know. Sorry, I'm confused because he put my name and they put somebody else's name, so I'm not sure who he's talking to. Vincent says, your mics look like beer cans. They do. They should have little koozies for them. Little mic
I know what
koozies.
Mine would say.
What's
it would
that?
be the one that I have about the truck. It's like, calm down, cowboy. I'm just checking out your truck.
Oh, jeez. Antonio says, I've had my propane char broil grill for 18 years with no cover in the Arizona heat, and it's still working like a champ. Well, yeah, it's the back and forth between the weather and when the water gets in, it really eats away at it. So, what if you have T-Rex arms? Well, that would make you a small arms dealer.
Yes. You can still hug yourself with T-Rex arms. You just do like an air hug situation.
Barbecue 76 says your advice is to buy a barbecue cover. Use those $200 grills to get back to me in a couple of years, even with them covered. By the way, covers often hold in the moisture. I really like the grill that we have up at the house in Montana. It's the
Hope it's still there.
is it called Camp Chef? It's basically a range, a 3-burner range that you can then put a grill top on, or you can put pots on or pans on and stuff. And it's really well built. We've had that one for 3 or 4 years now, and we've trucked it all over Hell's Half Acre, and it's still going strong.
Hey, Heather. I see you here.
Who?
Heather.
Oh, really? Hey. Mike Adams says, I've learned of the good products I bought at Harbor Freight. I just recently learned the screws in their sorter packs must be made of Play-Doh. 2 of the 3 heads strip out too easily. Yeah, the assorted packs of bits and stuff. Now the M12, or the M line, the metric, the bolts, the hex head kind of stuff, those I use a lot, but those I don't use in any kind of I do some stuff with like CNC kind of stuff, 3D printers, and I've used it with like track systems and stuff like that. But the other stuff is, it's in a pinch kind of stuff. I wouldn't buy it for most uses. Hot Spice says, I took my Chicago electric welder and added a DC rectifier and capacitor banks, and it works great with far less splatter. And that's exactly what I was saying is, you got these people who do all these mods on the Chicago electric to make them a reliable, not reliable, I mean, they'll do a better tool. And that's basically what you get. So like with the titanium, they've basically done all those mods for you. So you don't have all the splatter and everything else.
Groove Jet is with us again.
Hey.
He's from the UK, and he has insomnia.
Oh.
I'm guessing that you still have to be up early tomorrow. Do you guys have daylight savings time in the UK? I don't know. Let us know, Groove Jet. And I'm sorry that you have insomnia, but I am so glad that you're able to be here with us live.
The Joe Smith asked if we've got 300 likes. No, we've got 119 likes with 275 concurrent viewers. And Antonio says, I own the Vulcan Omni Pro 220. It works pretty well as a pro-grade style of welder for home use. Hey, Random Sandwiches in the house. JD Tech, how's it going? Sean G. And let's see here. Tom says, I want the virus so I can be good like chickenpox. Yeah.
Not so much.
Here's the downside of chickenpox. Shingles.
Yes.
When you get older. I had it once, and it was terrible. Bear One says, on shelves, there's a good shelf in Sam's Club for like $70. That's super solid. There you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, I need to trim my mustache. It keeps curling up on me. It's tickling my snout.
Barbecue 76 says that it's good to get the kids involved with barbecuing. I think maybe he's talking to somebody else.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Logan's Creation says, I have a small air compressor. I think it's 4 gallons. I have a hose, 1/4 inch. Do they make a retractable hose reel that size? Can I use a 3/8 hose? If so, are the Harbor Freight rubber ones any good? Well, Harbor Freight now has 3 lines of air hoses. I would say the cheap ones are pretty cheap. Sorry, my whiskers are just going at me here. They do make a retractable hose reel. I don't think it's a 1/4 inch hose reel. But I have not memorized everything they have. Shut up, Moto. So I lost my place there, yelling at Moto. I don't know. Do they make if somebody knows if they make a 1/4 inch retractable? I didn't think it was a 1/4 inch, but I thought it was a 3/8. What do you call it? the top of the line stuff that they have, Diablo, is really nice. In fact, I don't know if that's the top line. That might be the midline stuff now because I think they came out with Earthquake now as the top line air hose. I could be wrong.
It's bell time.
Great. Okay.
Javier Estrada, $5. Harbor Freight having monthly giant liquidation just to get the same stuff. Not that the stuff is bad, it's just the marketing.
Yeah.
Everyone cover your ears. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. And then I dropped the bell. This is what happens.
Wow. Get a little excited there?
Somebody said scripted antics. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can't
Scripted.
script this, people. We cannot
Yeah.
script
We
this.
take all this time to sit down and write it out.
That's actually what we do with the rest of the week is we're writing all this out in longhand.
Big T says, I live in Michigan and I'm in the market for air hoses and rail. Which one do you get from Harbor Freight? Well, I was just talking about the upper line air hoses are pretty nice. The cheap ones are, I mean, they're okay for home use, for just like average Joe kind of stuff, but they kink really easily. They're very soft, and but I mean, if you're not doing a bunch with air hoses, they're fine. I mean, I made do with them for years until I got a nicer one. Dee just says we love being here. Aw.
Aww.
Jason Jenkins says, is there a Discord for Denna Tools? There is. You should ping Joe Smith. He's got the whole setup on that whole thing. I'm not on there as much as I would like to be. But and I'll be honest, I don't know Discord. I don't know a ton about Discord.
What? Shocking.
I know. Gris says, you didn't lose the weight, Bear. I picked it up. Oh, that's the comment you read before.
Yep.
And let's see here. Got to catch up here. How far behind am I?
You're
Hours
kinda
and hours.
behind.
Oh my.
Pretty behind.
Did you got Javier's and did you get Jeremy Hannah's?
Jeremy just did that.
Oh.
Says, hi guys, good to see you on tonight. What's your recommendation for a miter saw for the weekend warrior? Harbor Freight Admiral? Question mark. So before you answer, let me bing.
Oh.
Bing, 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 bing. Sorry, I realized now the second time I did that when I bing on the table, it makes the camera shake, and people have commented on that. Sorry.
I'm just gonna say real quick, and I'll get to the saw thing in just a second. I'm not gonna forget it. But I get asked, being a dad, like, hey, I can never find you anything for Christmas, and we're trying to find Christmas presents. You don't give us any ideas. I said one thing specifically I wanted: a beard and mustache comb. Guess what I didn't get? I could be sitting here brushing my little whiskers, and they would be tickling me and driving me crazy.
Daughter of Ra, are you taking notes
Oh
for
my
next
gosh.
year? Because, I'm going to forget
Oh.
again. And his birthday already happened, and I forgot for that, too. So,
Weekend Warrior,
yeah.
because you mentioned the Admiral, I'm going to assume that you're talking about a sliding miter saw. And I think the Admiral, when it's on sale, which is around the $170-ish mark, is one of the best deals you're going to get. It's got a nice laser on it, and the laser is mounted up on the blade or the blade housing rather than like it is on the Chicago Electric where it's down underneath, which is right where all the sawdust goes and packs right in front of it and makes it hard to see. It's got a table with extendable wings that actually feel like the actual table. You can access the tilt mechanism from the front without having to reach around the back to get it, which you even have to do on the Hercules one. It is, I think, one of the best, mid-level consumer weekend warrior home DIYer 12-inch sliding miter saws that you can buy, and it comes with a fairly decent blade. It's not something to write home about, but at least you get a good blade with it, And it's I've had the Chicago Electric for years. Until I got the Hercules, and the Chicago Electric was great, but that's when I bought it. It was back when they came with a blade, and they don't do that anymore. So, all right, now I got to scroll back to where I was.
Somebody reminded me that Father's Day is coming up, and so maybe I could do that. So if you could remind me again when it gets closer to Father's Day, that'd be great.
You know what else is coming up?
Mother's Day?
Monday.
Yes.
Get it for me for Monday.
Oh. Well, maybe you could get it when you take the oldest to the dentist tomorrow.
Oh.
Maybe they have one. You want to go? Nope. You know, it's very early tomorrow, 7:30. I know you'll.
Sean G says, anyone use the Harbor Freight ultrasonic cleaner? I have not used that one specifically, but I did a lot of research into them. And what I found is that they're all about identical. And I found one on Amazon that was a little bit cheaper, had a metal tray in it, which I really wanted. They're all about the same is what I found out. So find one that has the features you like. I really like the metal tray. I need one that had very small holes in the tray, so I could use it for small parts, the kind that launch lead high velocity kind of parts. That's what I use mine for. Let's see here.
Have a good night, Echo.
Good night. Thanks for stopping by.
I also have another super chat from Grizz. Says, "Ding it like you mean it, Mama Bear." I will. $4.99. Thank you. Bing, 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 bing. Love you.
Love you too. Oh my gosh. Bear One says, give you a short breakdown. This is his haul he's talking about. He got an open box Herc hammer drill and a 2.5 battery for $35. $19 because I talked to the manager and because I didn't see the sticker on the battery. I gotta like that. James says, thanks you for the time and effort you put in each of your Bear videos. He makes watching the deals videos a lot more fun. Thank you so much. Trent says, Quiet Tech air compressors by Cobalt are a great value. They are. They in fact, when I did a like top 5 air compressors you should buy, when we were talking about the higher end ones, it was the Cobalt ones were the ones I recommended. Zaphiel says, did you see the drones in China spraying people outdoors with something that people sprayed said smelled like bleach? No.
Probably it was bleach.
I have no idea.
Groovejet says, daylight savings, or British summertime, starts at 1 a.m. on the 29th of March. More daylight in evenings and less in morning. Goes back in October. Think it's a pre-war thing. Yawn. Sorry. Well, thank you so much for clarifying, because it never occurred to me to ask.
PJ Kentucky says, talking about going to Sam's Club, just flash your old Sam's card. They will let you in, but you can't buy. They will give you a temporary online one-time courtesy if you go to the front desk and ask.
You know what? We should do that, because I am the person that makes friends with everyone when we go out shopping anywhere.
Which is why it takes like 5 hours.
It really does. It's genetic. I think it's, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I could just flash my old card, and then I would make a friend with somebody, and they would buy it for me. That'd be great.
Yeah, we were just talking about going to check it out. We weren't actually going to buy the card thing.
But we'll find things.
And I'm pretty sure I could flash my library card and get in.
No.
Donna Russ says, Mrs. Bear, did you like the stream?
Yes, that I already answered that. Basically, like, did we like the
stream?
Okay.
I'm like, you're watching somebody else's stream? Are you cheating on us?
That's right, honey. I'm watching a completely different stream right now.
Andrew says, stainless steel with wood top made by Seville Classics. There you go. And Client Graphics says, happy Sunday, everyone. Hey, Client Graphics, how's it going?
Happy Sunday.
Speaking of which, it's 7:05.
Yes.
You know what that means?
Beat our children.
It's time for the Adopt a Mod program.
Yes.
First of all, we want to stop and take a moment to say thank you to all our moderators who help and support the channel. They do so out of the kindness and goodness of their hearts. And what we do with the Adopt a Mod program is a way to saying thank you for them keeping it family friendly, answering questions that we can't get to, just helping keeping things moving along, sending lovely ears for my assistant here to wear and to be fantastic in. What we suggest is, if you would, as a way of giving back to the community, most of them are creators in their own right. They have channels or Instagrams or other things in which they do online social media kind of stuff. And so why don't you go over there and check out one of their channels and throw them a thumbs up or a like, or maybe even consider subscribing. Pick one of the mods. They're the ones with the names in blue with a little wrench behind their names. We got Christina, Donna Raw, Client Graphics, Barbecue 76. Of course, Joe and the Dancing Rounders. That's Joe Smith I'm talking about, our original mod, the OM in the house. Excuse me. And also, while we're saying thanks, big thank you, big shout out to everyone who's helped donate with the super chats. Just a reminder, so last month the money we raised from super chats went to these lovely new microphones, so you can hear us live and in stereophonic sound. And I really appreciate that setup. And the next big investment that we're looking to do is to get a actual camera, because right now we're using a Logitech 930C, I believe. I believe it's about as old as Moses. And so we're hoping to get a real camera with a real lens where you can actually see the wife's ears in crystal clear quality.
Yep.
Without all the artifacting and everything else, and get some better video to go along with the better sound. Who else? Also want to say a big shout out, big thank you to all the members. That's everyone you see in the chat where they got a little bear icon right behind their name. It's kind of like Patreon, but it's built into YouTube. If you wanted to go over to the main channel on our YouTube channel, there's right where you normally see subscribe. Right next to it, there's a button that says join. You can join and support the channel monthly. PJ Kentucky, Raw, Barbecue 76, and others. We have a lot of members who support us each and every month. I want to say thank you so much. You guys are amazing. And also everyone who likes the video. We have 266 concurrent, 191 likes. I'll tell you what, if you don't like it, go hit the thumbs down. Let them know. Yeah. Either way, like us or hate us, just do something. We're so desperate. We're needy. I'm needy.
You need glasses. It's 151 likes.
What did I say?
191.
Wow.
And he hasn't even been drinking, folks.
I am. I'm about to fall over. I'm so tired. I've been doing all sorts of stuff this week. It was weekend felt like it was like nonstop, from one thing to the next thing to the next thing.
Yep.
Oh.
And it's just going to keep going till May.
Yeah. And it just keeps getting, the end of the school year just starts going crazy and stuff. Anyway, let me catch up on these. Where was I? Brett says, have you ever used one of the big Hitachi C15 FB miter saws? Not a slider, but it can go through a 6x6 or 8-inch Econologue. I have not used one of the big ones. I have not. In fact, I don't know if I've ever used a Hitachi miter saw of any sort. Makita's. I've used Makita's.
There is one from Blaz. Wow. Yeah, I am murdering your username. Sorry. BLAZKOWIEZ. I'm not sure how to say that, but you had a question. Says, curious if you know about an affordable tool belt for ladder use, having hell with my 28-foot ladder repairing siding.
Wow, that's a good question, and I'm going to be honest here and say I don't, because I haven't used a tool belt since I was a carpenter.
Which has been a few weeks.
Yeah, just a few weeks. And
so I'm sure that somebody has a great recommendation. It's just not something that we have the most current info on. So somebody else hop in there and answer the question. I think he's asked it more than once, and I just I didn't know how to say your name, and we were talking about something else.
And the problem with tool belts is they're just so personal as to what people. When I did use a tool belt, I was not one of these guys who had like everything on them, and I was the guy who was always up on the 30-foot ladder, hanging on for his life, doing something stupid. That was always me. And believe it or not, when I was doing this, I weighed 205 pounds, 6'2", super lean, and could I could get places other people couldn't. But I was always just like the standard like 3-pocket, with the ring for my Istwing, and I never got it. I know some guys have like they look like they got the bat belt on there, and I've never been into that kind of setup. So it's really personal as far as that's concerned.
So just a reminder for folks that are answering the question, he's doing siding on a 28-foot ladder. So that's what he's working with. So if you guys looks like somebody else has already mentioned Buckaroo tool belt with Occidental bags.
There you go.
And Todd's Workshop, you were so awesome. They did a super chat of $13.13. And it says, just because y'all make Sunday night great again. Well, thank you so much. That is super wonderful. And we really appreciate that you are here with us. And I think you were also the person who gave the great tool belt advice. So thank you so much. I'm going to ring the bell now really, really loud. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. It was a little different.
Musical, aren't we?
Have you met our daughter? Joshua, welcome to the den.
New member, Den of Tools.
Oh, and I somehow missed Terry's. Yes. Bing. Well, I was calling him out. Sorry. I got lost there for a minute. Terry.
Terry, how's
says,
it
hello,
going?
bears and all. $2. Bing, 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 bing. Sorry, I got lost.
Anyway,
But
thank
that
you.
means you're almost up to date.
No, I saw that pop up here, so I scrolled down.
Oh.
I'm still way behind.
I got super excited that we were almost.
All right, let me power through some of these. Javier says, that whole time change thing really screwed with me at work. I really hope I didn't lose out on 1 hour. I'm sure we all did somewhere. DDS has used my Harbor Freight 12-inch flush cut saw today. Very sharp, was very impressed. I thought, I don't know if I had the 12-inch because maybe it was a 12-inch. I think it was shorter than that. I think it was like an 8-inch. But it did the jobs I wanted it to do. I just didn't think, I wasn't terribly impressed with them. Who knows? Joshua says, do you think Harbor Freight will have to increase their store's square footage? They really, boy, as far as trying to fit more stuff into it, no, they're going to go vertical is what they're doing. I've talked to some of the guys who do the design for the stores and they're having to, I guess I'm probably not supposed to talk about what they're doing, but they're going to come out with some very innovative design features to get everything in the store. Javier says, is it me or is the live stream clear? It might be clear because two factors. A, we've got more lighting going. We learned that last time that putting on more lighting seems better. In fact, if we want more.
Actually, speaking of lighting, you should change the lighting to the... Whoa! No, not that one. No.
Okay.
You should change the recording lighting.
Ooh.
Just for fun.
All right.
It has the other lighting
on. Everyone, I apologize for this, but Alexa, set studio to red.
Okay.
We have a light out in the other room that is set up via smart home kind of stuff, and it changes colors. And I set it to red if I'm recording or we're live, as we are right now. I set it to yellow to let people know that I'm in studio and I'm working, and to generally be conscientious of that. Green means I'm not in there. Go ahead and be all the hooligan you can be. And blue means I'm out of soda. Please bring more soda.
And just in case you're wondering, there really is a blue light. And I really
it's
fall for it most of the time. I'm like, what in the world does blue mean? And he's like, did I need soda?
It does. Elle comes in too. She's like, what does blue mean? I hold up my cup. I'm out of ice and need soda. She's like, fine.
Yep.
Every time.
Yep.
It's one light bulb that changes to all these different colors and all these different hues and brightnesses. It's pretty good. I did a video on it, Den of Gadgets, if you want to go over there and check that out.
Christina Marie wants us to get a dinner triangle. You're like on the ranch.
Geez.
That might be fun. I bet we could
Might
find
make
a
me hungry.
really fun one.
My grandmother on the King side, she used to have one of those. She would do.
Yep.
Um,
Christina Marie's She Who Shall Not Be Named says that hers just says she doesn't know how to change that lighting.
Yeah. Well, I doubt most people have a light called Studio, so it's probably not a problem.
Yep.
Now, if I said something like, Alexa, please add the Home Distiller's Workbook to your shopping list.
Added.
Yeah, don't accidentally buy that.
But you should buy it on purpose if you want.
I was supposed to be catching up here.
Yes.
Grizz says the Herc corded angle grinder is fantastic. I have heard that people really like the corded grinders. C. Adams says, thank you, Jeff and Mrs. for the Sunday night tool talk. Helps begin my week. Hey, people, please stop lurking and hit that thumbs up like button. Until next Sunday. Thank you very much, sir. Let's see here. Separatus says, if you have high wind in the garage studio, you would need koozies. Wind socks. Nice. Bo Roden says, are any of the Harbor Freight 14-inch metal chop saw blades worth trying? Honestly, I can't say. Man, everyone's hitting me in the blind spot this week. I have not ever used any of the Harbor Freight. I haven't used any of the chop saws, and I haven't used any of the blades, be it a cold cut saw or an abrasive. So, sorry, I can't really answer that one. Maybe, but that's the good thing about a community. Maybe somebody here, I'm sure somebody here has, and they can weigh in on that one. Mayor One says, I saw on my shopping adventures at Home Depot the most useless lawnmower from Ryobi, a 13-inch cordless that looks like a bubble mower. I have seen that. And that is, I would, boy, you got to have a little tiny yard for that little thing. I don't understand that. You'd have to go back. We have a small yard up in the place in Montana, and even I wouldn't want to use that there. At Vapor says, I was about to buy the Milwaukee trimmer and chainsaw. Then I saw the 80-volt Atlas line. I'm on the fence now, waiting for more reviews. Help. Look for reviews from Greenworks, because it looks like Greenworks are sourcing them from the same company that Harbor Freight is sourcing them from. So if you like the Greenworks version, you're going to like the Harbor Freight version. Harbor of Doom. No, they don't have daylight savings. And Andrew says, do you know of any good liquor stores for whiskey in Vegas? Oh. Wow. I don't, honestly. I don't buy that much anymore. I'm trying to think. There was one down near, there's one, I know the guy actually who runs it or owns it. There's one that's right down near the airport that has some really high-end stuff, because he's a bit of a bourbon whiskey snob himself. But I don't remember the name of it. And I've been there a couple times, and it's the closest one to the airport. And that's all I can really tell you as far as good ones, because I don't drink that much anymore. Donna Rum, Mrs. Bear, you were like 5 minutes late there. I'll let her know when she gets back. And Shredder says, do you think Harbor Freight will make a 36-inch, half-inch breaker bar like Snap-on? Don't want to get the 3/4 and use adapters because of the height. I don't know about that. You'd think that they would. But sometimes it's hard to tell, because they have this whole list of priorities, and they're trying to bring out so many new tools. I mean, I guess at some point they will. Bear One says, yes, I still do shut up mode in public with my mom whenever we hear the moto golf, because we love joking around when we shop. Yeah. And let's see here. Eddie Old Tech Guy, Dale Lucid is here now. It's more of a party. It's always a party once Dale shows up. Hiram Buffetum. If you are modifying casters and coming up with modular tool storage, then you guys are thinking like stat specialists, and if you don't think that's a compliment, that's too bad. It is. Well, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, it's I have to have everything on wheels and modular. I just, the way my brain thinks, I need to reconform stuff every time I get into a new kind of project or a new way of thinking. So that's my own personal idiosyncrasies or insanity, however you want to look at it.
Craig says, at the Den of Tools, tells Jaka that my dog is with him and he hates the Ryobi leaf blower.
Andrew says, I'm installing a 6-inch lift on my truck. Whoa. I'm a Flood Muddy pole barn in Michigan. Listening to you makes the time go by better and less frustrating when I smash my hand or hit my head. Wow, man. 6-inch lift. Oh, please tell me you're not just doing a body lift. This is like a full suspension lift, right? Jen Garber says, there is a shingles and pneumonia vaccine now if you are over 50, so it's a great idea to get both.
What?
There's a shingles vaccine?
Oh, yes.
Or was that where I
There's-
couldn't get it
there's-
because I've had shingles? I don't remember.
No, you can get it.
Did I get it? I may have had it. I don't know.
He's had shingles. He needs the vaccine. It's because you couldn't get it before because you are only able to get it if you're over 50.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So now you're in the club and you can get the
Wow.
shingles and pneumonia vaccine. We should probably get it.
Probably.
Also, somebody put something really funny that I was laughing about. Mr. Doughboy, why you're with us this evening, says I asked a lady if I could touch her hair. She said yes. I ran my finger over her top lip. That's when the fight broke out. Mr. Doughboy, I love you. There's nothing else to say. I do think she was in the right in that case. I'm just saying. Barbecue 76, $10 at the Den of Tools. Keep doing. Oh wow, it just switched. It says keep doing good on your diet. You'll get that tool belt back on. Okay, I'll put myself in the corner now. Let me know when I can be done with timeout. Barbecue 76.
No, it's fine.
That was totally great. And I know that was for Jeff, but we totally appreciate all of the encouragement. And
Well, also, I want to say that I'm the first to say that if you can't laugh at yourself, it's not fair to laugh at others. And I love laughing at everyone else, so.
he is really good at that. Not so much.
Not so much.
That is not a skill that I have mastered.
No, the laughing at others part, she's got that down.
Yes.
Laughing at herself, not so. No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm going to ring the bell.
You do that.
Bing, 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 bing. Thank you so much.
Javier says the U.S. General tool carts are $184 now, so I got 2 of them. Ooh. That's great if you like them. I'm not a fan of. I wish they had the sliding, like the ones where the top opens sideways, because I want to use the top surface, and on that tool cart I can't, and it just frustrates me. Steve says, new to your channel, love the content thus far, missed the Milwaukee Stubby deal, waiting for the next one. All right. Well, we got deals of the week coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
Bear One, Father's Day is coming around, Mrs. Bear, wink, wink.
Yes, I know. If one of you could just be my brain and remember. I am like super amazing at a lot of things. That is not a skill that I'm good at. Not a skill.
Barbecue 76 says, LO out, someone saying stuff didn't rust in Arizona. Last time I checked, moisture reduces rust. Or do I need to take that class again? I'm in Vegas, and we don't get that much rust here. In fact, I'm trying to do a video for these guys.
Ooh, I have something in the kitchen.
And I've been trying to get stuff to rust, and it's hard. I can tell you, I was up in Montana. You just leave it near the front door and it'll rust. It doesn't even need to be outside.
Yep.
Client Graphics is 105 days until Father's Day.
I had to do the math when I saw that, by the way. You're accurate.
BW's Electronics. While in Walmart today, I picked up a 20-pound bag of ice. Melt 50 cents a bag for elderly friend. Mileage will vary on this one.
What?
Huh?
What?
I guess I missed my translation there broke on that one. I'm not sure what's going on. Antonio says, I love the red Diablo Harbor Freight hoses. They have lasted me 7 years so far and still going. Earthquake is the top of the line air hose now. Diablo is the second and worth the price. Yeah, there we go.
Daughter of Ra, the thing that you need to text me to remind me about is that Jeff wants a mustache comb. I keep forgetting for like holidays, special events. That's what you need to keep track of. And beard.
Yeah.
What is wrong with his pants?
The color for one.
Nobody likes you.
Mike says, to the one asking about the Admiral sliding miter saw, my 2 cents on it is I bought one last year. I have no complaints. It's done me very well so far and worth the money. There you go.
This is proof that we are a family. Jennifer White Wolf says, Andrew, when you get cured of shingles, send them to my roof. I need a few. That is so true.
Trent says, make sure to get an ultrasonic cleaner with optional heat. That's going to up the price. Bear One, my mom is just like the same as Mrs. Never met a stranger in her life.
It's very true.
Yes. We used to say about Eleanor that she was going to disappear in someone's van because she wants to go up and talk to everybody.
Yes, she really did not ever have stranger danger.
No.
She's like, what's your name? Oh, you have a dog? Oh, you're here by yourself? Oh, snacks?
Free
sure,
candy?
I
Sure.
go to your house. And I'm like, we don't know them.
She's like, not yet.
Thank you, daughter of Ra. She just sent me a text message.
Douglas Byron says, I found some good tool chests on eBay.
Yes.
That's cool.
I'm thinking the shipping might be kind of outrageous.
Well, that's about, you got to find
That was
stuff
my
that's
first
local.
thought.
That's the real problem.
Oh, yeah. That's totally true.
Yeah, a lot of people forget you can search locally on eBay.
And there's an option when you're listing it that you will do it locally.
Yeah,
Most
you
of the
only
time
list it
I'm
locally.
Like, no.
And okay, let me jump through some of these real quick. Ed the old tech guy, I'm so happy you upgraded the microphones. They look awesome. Thank you. Bear One, did you see the new Musty One video on the ATV where he ends up trying to spin over a two-stroke the wrong way and jerking his arm badly? No, I missed that. Jason says, found the DOT Discord. How about one for gadgets? Does that exist? There is a folder in the DOT Discord just for gadgets and tech. Mark says, Jeff, could you do a collaboration video with Red the Bear? You might learn something from him. Maybe a little back and forth chat about tools or event. Jason says, I missed who asked about the tool belt, but he should check out Essential Craftsman. I think he did a review of what he likes and why that may help. Yeah, he wears one every day. You could definitely talk to him. Jennifer White Wolf's in the house. How's it going, Jennifer? And Jeep Adventure says, try Atlas 46, best tool bets, hand down. Barbecue 76, my weekly apology on your mod. Shout out to anyone who adopts me. I really need to get and learn some kind of video editing software. I recommend, and I hate to admit it, but I recommend Adobe Premiere Elements. It is like $70, but it just does the basics so well. And the newer version is fairly stable, so I'm pretty good with it. Christina Marie, why do we read her comments again?
Because she's amazing.
Oh, wants to find out if those old school triangles you see in the Western movies when you get a super chat. Oh, that was the one you read before. Stud City says, any thoughts on the utility trailer from Harbor Freight? Easy to assemble. It looks like a sheer nightmare to me. But a lot of people put them together. I've seen videos on them. They say it was easy enough. And a lot of people really like those trailers. I just bought a trailer from Tractor Supply, pre-assembled, ready to go. I got a sweetheart of a deal on it, though. Talking to the manager at your local Tractor Supply and being friends with them and friendly can sometimes get you a discount. Stud City says, any thoughts on which I just read that. Oh my gosh, I am not here today.
Nope.
Just phoning it in. Mike Adams says, okay, y'all, 4 o'clock comes earlier in the morning. Good night. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks a lot, Mike. Have a great week. Stay safe out there.
I think Pinky just said goodnight, too.
Good night, Pinky. The brain's going with him.
Probably.
What are we doing
Yours.
tomorrow, Pinky?
Yours just left.
Jennifer says, over on Arborist Glenn Blair channel, he has a comparison of 2 battery Power Pro chainsaws. I like for homeowner DIY kind of stuff. I would never go back to gas. I just wouldn't. I mean, if people are like, well, if you have a big enough area, but no, you just need more batteries, just like more gas. And it's the ease of use and the convenience factor that comes from having a battery is just so much more than the gasoline usage.
Hot Splice, I'm really glad that you figured out how to upgrade. I was trying to ask the question, but he's trying to catch up. He was asking a question. He didn't know how to upgrade from the membership that he was at now to a
Higher level?
higher level, and I didn't actually know the answer.
Well, I
But
did.
I thought you
Just
would.
did it.
I know. Bing, bing. We were having this discussion. Anyways,
That was really loud.
that's because it's amazing because he upgraded. That's why it was really loud.
All right. Dale says, you just set off my echo. Makes me think of the the old Eggo waffle commercials.
Lego my
Like
Eggo.
Lego my Eggo. Michael says, do you think Snap-on would warranty drawer slides and detents on a 30-year-old box where I'm the second owner? Not if they can figure it out. I've gotten contacted by people. That's why people think that I just hate on Snap-on just for fun. It's amazing the extremes that they will go to contrive that people sit around going, oh, I want to hate on Snap-on. It's going to be so much fun. Like, I love getting all the hate mail. I get death threats, just so you know. Legitimate death threats from Snap-on people talking about, like, if they ever saw me, they would run me off the road and stuff like that because they're so pissed that I say bad things about such a great American company that, that totally trashes American families and vets. And anyway, I'm not going to go into that whole thing. But, no, the as it says right on Snap-on's own website, A, slides are not covered. B, the second users are not covered. So unless you've got a rep who's going to do it for you and basically, say, okay, we're going to cover that, then you're out of luck. And if you have to call corporate, they've started asking for receipts. I know a guy who I talked to recently who is the first owner, and it wasn't about slides. It was actual welds that broke in the box. I've got the video of it. And corporate told him no because he didn't have a receipt and he wasn't listed in the system. And the reason, he has two boxes. The first box he wasn't listed because his parents bought it for him as a graduation present from a trade school. And so his parents were listed, and they now wouldn't allow them to do it because they say that it transferred ownership when they gave it to him. So he's technically the second owner. The other one he did buy about 10 years ago, but that dealer's out of business now. Can't get a hold of him, can't get service through him, and doesn't have the receipt. And he's like, dude, that was 10 years ago. I don't keep all my receipts. The whole point of Snap-on was that, you guys fix it no matter what. So, yeah. Anyway, one of the reasons why you see that I'm not a big fan of the old Snap-on there. Zaffiel says, Alexa, order Rolex Yachtmaster. Confirmed.
Mr. Brewers says,
Apparently that's not on the shopping list for Amazon.
I'm glad you're talking about the Atlas stuff. I'm trying to convince my wife that the cordless are just as powerful as the gas-powered weed whackers.
They are. The 80 volt stuff is as powerful as any of the, average, definitely as powerful as any of the homeowner kind of stuff, and probably as powerful as most commercial stuff. Now, the really high-end commercial stuff, like, I've got the 40 volt, it's like the Lynx, it's the Lethelli, they're pretty much a clone of each other. And I've got the blower. I'm looking over there because that's where it is. I do that. I know I'm weird. And we had some landscapers out, commercial landscapers, big company. And I actually went out and compared my 40 volt to their gas backpack blower, high-end steel blower. And it was within 20% of power, of effective power at a range of about 5 feet. It was, yes, the gas was more powerful. It was a backpack system, stupid loud with the whole pistol grip and everything versus my handheld 40 volt system. You can only imagine what those 80 volt systems are going to be like. The belief that gas is ever going to be more powerful than electric is ridiculous. You cannot match for the weight, the torque power you get from an electric motor. Instant torque, immediate throttle, whenever you need it. Now, you could say, well, the portability of gas because of the density of energy to the storage is higher. Sure, totally agree with you on that. And up until a point where at some point, battery power is going to surpass that when they come out with new technology, the new solid state stuff they're working on. But I mean, I cannot imagine a situation where if I was a homeowner, I would want to have gas and have to deal with lawn care. I would absolutely hate it. Did you get this one?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. And Jennifer says, a good thing to look at, affordable cold saw for steel. And let's see here. Ryan says, can you run a natural gas hot water heater from a 1,000-watt generator?
Yeah, a number of people have already chimed in on that.
You can try. I want to see the video on that. Do you watch NASCAR? I don't. I am not.
We have Steven. He does that for
Yeah,
us.
Steven does that for us.
So
I
you
wouldn't
should-
mind going to a race because it's more of an event. Sorry to cut you off.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
But I'm more of a driver. If I was like in a race kind of situation, I would want to be out there driving. I like stuff where you turn right and you turn left. I like rally racing. That's the kind of racing that I would actually like to watch. And they got rid of Class B. So Mr. Dobe says, I asked this. Oh, yes, when you're read.
Mm-hmm.
Didier says, LOL, Harbor Freight has a coupon for 25% off any seat. Who needs to die? Limit one per customer. Ronnie says, 171 likes out of 255. Not bad, but we should be able to do 90%, I would think. Hello, Jeff. Jess, the Cubs and the Den from Branson, Missouri.
Yep.
Dwayne Larson's in the house. Save money if you're only going to use a tool in your shop. Buy corded batteries are expensive. That's a good point. And that's one I often forget to touch on, which is I have a lot of corded stuff. Like all my multi-tools are corded. In fact, I have a whole bevy of multi-tools. I just gave one to a neighbor. And one of the old Chicago Electric professional lines, the blue ones. And there's so many tools that it just doesn't make any sense to get a cordless tool for.
A number of people are talking about Joe Smith's interview with you.
Yes.
And I believe Joe Smith is going to be interviewing one of our other subscribers.
Ooh.
Dale.
Really?
Dale, I think, is going to be interviewed on Friday. Correct me if I'm incorrect. But
I really like the interviews that he's been doing. It's Joe, what are they, you call those? It's is it like After Dark with Joe Smith or something like that? And where he interviews different YouTubers and stuff. And I think that's a great series that you got going there.
Yep.
Dale says, I don't always party on other live streams, but when I do, it's the Den of Tools. Christina says, Eric denied the vaccine.
Who said that? Oh,
Christina.
her husband.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. Everyone's free to choose what's going to work for them.
Antonio says, good night. He's got to go. He's got a service call. See you next weekend. You have a good one.
Good night. Be safe. Wash your hands, everybody.
Novus Nick says, welcome to the club from a way over 50, LOL. Thank you. It's, it's funny because some days you're feeling it. Other days because I'm losing weight. I've been feeling a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that is, and I know we're not on Geek Health, so we're not going to go on this long rabbit hole.
I know. Christina says that he refused the vaccine because 1 in a million die from an allergic reaction. He says, heck no. Don't like those odds.
Yep. Everybody has to decide for themselves. But I will say that definitely the weight loss journey, it's sort of like becoming reacquainted with your body and really focusing on what you're putting in it and how it's working.
Jay Bedham says, glad I'm not the only one who smacks their head when they work on the car.
Yep.
Andrew says, I don't believe in body lifts unless you mean lifting my fat butt off the couch. Also, I'm 32 and had shingles last year because my diabetes compromises my immune system. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Shingles. I had shingles.
It was awful.
Suck.
I did not have it, but he had it right after the birth of one of our children.
Yeah.
And I can't remember which one. But I just remember feeling like, really?
It was Griffin.
Oh, it was Griffin.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I was nursing a new baby and you could not figure out what was going on. And yeah.
And not being able to get comfortable and just.
And I had a
Okay, we're not talking about it.
Okay.
Mr. Doughboy says, I bought a toilet brush last week. Let's just say I went back to toilet paper the next day.
Mr. Doughboy, hugs.
You're obviously not doing it right. Donna Ross says, what did I need to text the wife to remind her?
We already told her.
Okay.
She already texted me.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Backwoods Mechanic says, I get my wife something expensive for Mother's Day since it comes first, and then I hit her up for expensive tools that I want.
Smart man.
I
man.
just do it the other way, which is I get her something and then I just buy myself the tools that I need. And she hunts me down later when she sees the transaction on the bank account.
Only if I'm like, did you not use a coupon? Did you ask if there was a coupon?
I always use a coupon.
Did you show some cleavage? You know.
Yeah, maybe a little leg.
Yep, there you go.
Grizz says, I like the opening top on the Harbor Freight carts because I fill all flat surfaces with junk and it becomes the only place to work. Yeah, what do they? What's Chevy Chase say in Caddyshack? You got to play your slice. You know?
That's right.
Any input, Ryan asks, on the Harbor Freight welders? We just talked about that. The Chicago Electric are decent if that's all you can afford. I'd highly recommend bumping up to the titanium.
Oh.
They fix all the problems that you have with the Chicago Electric that people get annoyed with. And then the Vulcans are great, but only if you're going to be like super serious, doing it all the time, or a low tier professional grade service.
The Bolins, I am so sorry. It says, so my grandmother-in-law just got admitted to the hospital for shingles. So they thought. Come to find out she'd never had chicken pox. She is recovering, but it was rough. That is awful to have chicken pox at such an advanced age. So
I've heard horrible things about that.
So sorry. Even as a teenager, it is rough.
I can't believe that I was so weirded out to find out that there is a vaccine for chicken pox now. That blew me away.
Yep.
Bear One says, Bear, can you check what the warranty on the Herc sliding saw is up to now? Last I checked, it was 1 year, and it wasn't a warranty. It was their money-back guarantee. So if anything happens up to 1 year, you could take it back in and be like, no, I want my money back. No questions asked. And we answered that. Dwayne says, Craigslist for tool chests. Good luck, man. Around here, every place I've lived, they want so much money for the tool chests. I think they're made out of gold. Jennifer Whitewolf says she went to the lumber yard today, but she didn't get anything. She got bored.
Chemo
Got bored.
Yeah, I saw. Chemo Official. Hello, this is Chemo. One of my friends told me that you have a live stream today, so here I am. We are a Chinese company who sells cordless tools, I think is what they mean, but they wrote two. How can we get an opportunity to work with you?
Is that Chemo?
Yes. Chemo.
Yeah. Email me at red@denoftools.com. And we'll see. I don't know. Do you guys want me to review Chemo tools? Isn't that the guy from the UFC, the one that carried the cross out when he fought?
I know who you're talking about. I have no idea.
One of the Gracies.
Yep, that was a big cross.
That was a long time ago. BMW Electric. I keep wanting to say BMW. Ice melting salt was 50 cents each. Oh, for 20-pound bags at Walmart. Price varies by store, giving 162. I got it now. That makes sense. Jordan says Diamondback tool belts are pricey, but surely the best out there. There you go.
Happy birthday early, James. Luke is turning 56 on Thursday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Ed the Old Tech Guy says Power Director is a great video editing software as well. In fact, I know a couple people who use that. James Luke says, hello again from Harrisville, Missouri. Since this has been made public by me in chat, yes, you can share my name and location verbally live. Thank you so much.
I might steal that headband.
No. This is Foxy. Foxy is Eleanor's fox.
Oh, Eleanor.
Yeah.
Fox.
Oh, look at that. We are looking at the rare
Melanistic
fox spotted in the wild.
It's a red
really,
fox
really
with
pretty.
interesting coloring.
It's like red and blue. Red and black, I mean, sorry. If it was blue, I'd want fox like that.
Let me see. So Eleanor is a big fan of foxes.
Yes, she loves foxes.
And so I'd found this in some browsing.
Adorable geckos.
Hold on. There we go. And that's, oh, you can't see it. It's behind the window. Why is it locked?
I don't know.
I don't know. There it is.
It's just, yeah, who needs my face? That fox is super cute.
Look at that fox face.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm thinking about eating your face. Oh, look.
Fox
now
talk.
I'm going to eat your face. Oh, that's not a good place to hang out. The road. Nope.
Maybe he thinks he's a coyote going after a roadrunner.
I don't know. That look, though, is like, so.
Anyway, she's the local resident animal lover expert, and she loves her foxes, so I ran across that and I had to share it with her.
Yeah, good job.
We're not getting one.
Yeah.
I know that
They're
look.
rare and wild.
Rare.
And
Protected.
I don't need a melon spotted fox. I just need a fox. It could be an artist.
you have a fox right there.
Trent says, snap-on tools, all hat, no cattle.
Yep.
That's a great saying. I haven't heard that one in a long time. My grandfather used to say that.
Love you.
He's all hat and no cattle. Jennifer says, every 3 arborists I know locally and the 2 I watch on YouTube are now using battery chainsaws a lot. Easy, instant on, quiet, and new generation long life batteries work all day. Yeah, in fact, I know several people who do professional lawn stuff who use all electric, and they seem to get by just fine. Of course, they're pretty pissed at whatchamacallit, DeWalt, because DeWalt just dropped their 40-volt line that they were supporting. Sammy says, have you done a review on the Earthquake XT3/8 ratchet, and how good is it? No, I have not. I don't have it. I've heard good things about it. I know there's probably half a dozen people, maybe even in this chat, who have it, and they all like it, especially for the money. But I've not used it myself.
Oh, Matt says Eleanor would love his front porch. You can sit out there at dusk and dawn and see a family of foxes come and go, and I don't know what else you said because now it's gone. Come and go from the woods in front of my house. Oh, I like that idea. I want to can I sit there too? See the foxes?
Matt says, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Bear. You know, last time I went camping with Duncan, that dang fox stole my shoe.
Yeah.
Sat there and chewed on the dang thing.
Yep.
And Bear One says, my issues with electric mowers, even though they are cool, is that Florida is not kind with humidity, so I worry about the battery and the electronics. And I fixed my mower and ate my money.
Yeah. Hey, Justin Dow, welcome.
Justin, Brother Bear, how's it going, man? Barbecue 76, I know you already did a bit on it, but what free and, more importantly to me, easy video editing software do you recommend? Well, let's see. That's hard for me to say because I'm really particular. I tried all the free I tried all the free software out there, and I didn't like any of it except for DaVinci Resolve from Blackmagic. And that is professional grade video editing software. And it's excellent, but for beginners, it's a steep learning curve. But if you've got time to invest and you can learn on that you'll be loving life because you can do all sorts of stuff with that thing. Trent says King of Hammers Real Racing. Oh, you know, I should have mentioned that. I watched King of Hammers. That was was it 2 weeks ago? What's his name? Oh, I forgot. He broke the front strut. Did he actually finish the race? Because I had to go pick up the kids, and he was in first. He was just limping along, and I know he lost first place, but he was. Oh, can you just imagine? You're just killing it. You're killing it. You're just way out in front, and you just you blow the front suspension just on one side. Just on one side. Dotara, one needle near Steve, and he said no. Boy, yeah, I don't like getting shots, but I can handle them. And Paul St. Marie says, welcome, Bear Clan. Thank you so much. Oh, we're at 211 likes, 256 concurrent. Let's get it up to 300. Come on. You can do it. Kids do that to you. James Luke says, I'm 56 as of Thursday. Type 1 diabetic. Still no shingles. Good for you. Fingers crossed. Will Hobson, late to the party to the oldest to a mammoth game. And let's see here. Jennifer Whitewolf says, no flu shots. Got one once. Sick for 3 months. Injection site still hurts even 20 years later. I think I get sick about every time I get a flu shot. And I'm not a big fan of doing it, but I have to do it because if you do any kind of, like if you're a scout leader or you're involved in school functions and stuff, they require you to have a flu shot. Jay Bedham, gas works really well on weeds. Lots of gas, maybe even some napalm. Yeah. The Javier says, did the spark plugs in my Silverado, and now U-joints are bad. Oh, U-joints. I'm sure happy I got a lift kit on it, so it means that I fit.
Stop talking about me. I'm back. You want some ice before I put
Yes, please.
Don't take all of it. We're sharing.
As in, this is for me, and the next cup's for you, right?
I will bite your face.
That's not even a joke, people. Okay, where was I? I was almost caught up. Joe Smith and Friends says, Joe Smith will try them out. Nova Snake says, will you be giving chemo tools a glowing review? Zaffiel says, might want to review chemo tool's name first. Oh, chemo. That's right.
Chemo versus chemo.
It's KIMO.
Yes.
Maintenance man. Hey, maintenance man. He chimes in with the KIMO. Yes. I'm
freezing.
Barbecue 76. To everyone talking about real racing, it's the hours of lemons. Yes, I spelled that one correctly. If you don't know about that race, you don't know real racing.
Does he mean Le Mans?
Yes, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know real racing. And Justin Dow says, howdy everyone. Cheers, everyone.
Hello.
Jordan says that Stanley the Dirt Monkey has a pet fox. Don't tell Eleanor.
Elle will be right over.
Grizz wants to know where Bella is.
Aww.
Where is she?
The children might have left her outside.
Uh-oh.
Do you want me to go get her?
Sure. Jennifer Whitewolf says, Dentools is a cure for toolness and chemotherapy. Nice. Jitong, that's the one we asked about the tool reviews. Our product reviews. That's red@denoftools.com. Bella, come. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Ow! Come here. Sit. Up. Okay. You haven't had dinner yet, have you? No, because you've got that spazzy dog face of, I want dinner. She just raked all the way down my leg.
I think she raked the microphone.
She may have. Oh, that hurt. Put some socks on that dog. And she slobbered on me as well. Let's see here. Matt says, sure, Jesse, it's a big part. Okay, I'll tell her when you get back. Got the spelling correct, but it's the hours of lemons. Is that because of how many don't make it to the end? That is definitely a race of contrition as much as speed as anything else. Javier says, come on, Jeff, you guys adopted Red. I'm sure you can adopt a fox. Besides, Red needs someone to hold the flashlight. If I could teach the fox to hold the flashlight, I might do it. Oh, let's see here. Oh, and just jumped on me again. Hold on. Sorry, the chat likes to jump around on me. It doesn't let you scroll down. YouTube does this weird thing. Barbecue 76 says, I want easy editing. I am not the person. I learned on Adobe Premiere, the actual full Premiere. And I use the Elements version because it's a very slimmed down, but it's not free. It's $70. Premiere is only $20 some a month. Every month. Forever. Let's see here. Tech Grill is in the house. How's it going, man? Mama needs more gain and the Bears need a pop filter. You don't like my plosives? I'm trying to be better. Yeah, you could adjust her gain only so much. But she's terrible. She talks so quietly and she won't stay near the microphone. She keeps moving further and further and further away from the mic. And you tell her these things. She just needs better mic discipline is her problem. And as far as a pop filter, these are supposedly, they're supposed to be, well, as you see, I'm talking across it rather than directly into it because apparently when you talk into it, you get more of the plosives, but it's better when you talk across the screen. See, if you could see her right now, she was a good foot from the microphone.
Whatever.
That's better. Okay, come on.
Obviously,
eat it.
Obviously,
Eat it.
you've caught up.
Ha.
Hey. Did we?
Hold on. No, we haven't. Hold on a second. I thought there were other ones. Oh, I went backwards. Never mind. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. I think just jumped around on me. So Ace Fire, $2. Likes get 'em up. The cub and I are sick. Got a bug. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Super sorry.
Hate it when you and the cubs are sick.
Yeah, that stinks. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Super sorry you're sick. Hugs.
And Elkvist saying, howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
$2.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, as Joe points out there, that Tech Monkey is the voice of the Den of Tools intro. For the new intro that people love to hate or hate to love, he's the part saying the welcome to the Den of Tools. And let's see here. Justin Dow says, I just did a review of a few videos on Chemo cordless impact drivers. Check it out. Also, I should have another video on their new recip saw this week. I didn't know they had a recip saw. All I'd ever seen from them was the drill driver, so I didn't know they actually had a whole line. DR Falcon, racing Chevettes and Yugos. Oh, there you go. That sounds like a great race. 24 hours lemons, cars limited to $500 value. You know what I love? Here is the rally racing. The best rally racing in the world is in Finland. And they do it in such a way that, first of all, it's rally, which I love. And second of all, the cars have a max value. That's like $500 or something. And that if you win, anybody can buy your car from you. So the whole point is don't put too much money into a car, because if you put too much, you invest too much in it, then people can buy it for a set price.
Yep.
All right, I got to go use the little Cubs room. You go ahead and
Okay.
catch people.
So
Means you're going to have to move over here because I can't get by you.
oh my goodness.
Because you got your boxes back here.
Please
You won't
stand
move.
by. What box?
Those boxes of your stuff
Whatever.
in my space.
Move.
I'm trying to stand up, but you're in my
your
space. Oh.
Please hold for technical whatever. This is really weird the way his microphone is. It's wrong. I want to say Christina Marie asked a question about what do I miss now that I'm keto? And I would say probably bread. I'm trying to think of other things. Yeah, I think bread is probably the one thing that I miss. Sweets and stuff like that, not as much. There's a lot of alternatives. I do know that there's supposed to be some sort of keto bread. I have not tried it. I also tried to stay gluten-free, so my guess is it's not gluten-free and keto, so probably wouldn't work for me. But it's great that there's alternatives out there. Um, let me see what else you guys got going on. Barbecue 76. Apparently, you had some typing malfunctions. That's okay. It happens to all of us. I tried to see if I could see some messages from you. I didn't see them, but I also was trying to get little people to get ready for bed. The Bolin says lack of bread and carbs is why I have yet to try keto. You know, I was super resistant for a really long time. It just seemed like more effort than was reasonable for me to try. But I have tried it and I totally like it. So that's my 2 cents on that. What else is going on? Tech Gorilla is talking about bread. So what else is everybody doing? You guys are all talking about the chemo stuff, which it sounds like we're going to take a look at. And you guys are talking about Le Mans. The Polans say, why doesn't Tesla get a NASCAR team? I can hear it now. All kinds of thunder. And then a little whoosh as the Tesla drives by. Ed, the old tech guy, $5. Thank you so much. Let me ring the bell. Hopefully I don't shake the table. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you so much, Ed, the old tech guy. And Jake 1024 says, what the HE double hockey sticks is keto? Keto is a meal plan diet lifestyle that people follow, where it is high fat, moderate protein, low carbohydrates. And there's a lot of information about it. It's not for everybody. But basically it came from treating people who have different medical issues, mainly epilepsy. And so your body starts being able to use fat for fuel rather than carbohydrates. So I would say check it out. And everybody has to make a choice that works for them. You guys are chatting away, and there's only one of me. Paul St. Marie says, gluten-free and keto are pretty much opposed. The gluten-free bread replaces protein, gluten, with starches. So, yeah, I hear ya. And that's why, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Doesn't mean I don't ever eat gluten, but I try not to because gluten for me is just no bueno. So it's not a good plan. I could have sworn it says, Justin Dow says, I am officially the team manager and head coach of my daughter's T-ball team. Go Dodgers. Justin Dow, that is awesome because all of the sports teams need coaches. So if anybody's able to coach, I say you definitely should. Yes. Would you like to sit down?
I was just watching the camera shake.
That's because you're being all crazy.
Yep.
The Bolin says, shopping, car, and home insurance and trying not to die of shock.
Oh.
Daughter of Ra might know stuff. Apparently coronavirus is visiting us this evening. Client Graphics says, if you like tools, hit the thumbs up button. If you want more tool related info, subscribe to all the moderators' channels and enjoy. That is absolutely true. Everybody brings something different. Wow, the lighting is different over here.
I just needed to say something real quick.
Yes.
You're in my seat.
It's actually my seat because my behind is in it, so it's not your seat
Move it.
anymore.
Before I break out the power tools.
I'm being
Evicted.
Yes.
That's the word you're looking for.
I don't know what is wrong with my brain. It's like not functioning.
I think we're on like jet lag from time savings or whatever it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Time spending.
Yep. Is this? Oh, crud.
Why do you have both my drinks?
This was the one that was over there. Did you just put yours there?
No, I didn't have one. I didn't take one with
Yeah.
me.
Okay. So there you go.
What'd you do to my microphone? What'd you do to my seat?
I didn't do anything to your seat. I sat down.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. She does it all wrong. Oh.
What did you do to my microphone? Honey, seriously. What did you do to my microphone?
Yeah, it's real difficult there.
You know, for some of us it is difficult, okay?
All right, everyone. I apologize for all that.
You should. I was not on
For
the
leaving
ball.
you in her
Incapable
not so
hands.
tender mercies.
Yes.
You forgot your bell.
Oh, yes. That was because we had a super chat while you were gone.
Well, real quick, now that I'm back, it's 8 o'clock, so it's time to do a shout out and thank you for the moderators. Remember our Adopt a Mod program where you too can adopt your favorite moderator for free. Just pick somebody with the name in blue with the wrench logo behind their name. They're a moderator here to help support the channel, help keep the chat family friendly, answer questions before we get to them, all sorts of fun stuff like that. And most of them are creators in their own right, so please go over and check out one of their channels. Joe Smith, Jennifer White Wolf even has a few videos. Christina Marie, she's got a bunch of videos. Of course, Justin Dow, good friend of the channel there. Go check them out and, watch one of their videos. Give them a thumbs up, just a way of saying thank you for being a mod over here. And who knows, maybe you'll find somebody you want to subscribe to as well. Also, big shout out, big thank you to everyone who's supported the channel tonight with super chats. You guys are amazing. Again, going towards our camera fund to get a much better camera so you won't see quite like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but like, especially like in her shirt here, and you can see the artifacting as it kind of looks like it's all
Pixelated.
like, pixelated and stuff. We're trying to get a better camera rather than this old webcam here for doing this sort of thing, so you can see how amazing she is and how wonderful my beard is. It is wonderful. Anyway, sorry, I can't say that with a straight face. And also thank you to everyone who is a member of the Den of Tools, especially their members who joined tonight. It says, it's like Patreon, but it's built into YouTube, so you have to go somewhere else and do, other things. We have memberships starting at $1 a month. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate that kind of continued support and helping us bring good content, hopefully saving you money, because that's what I try to do. I try to do a value proposition kind of thing, not just here, begging for money, but basically if I can save you $100, $200, maybe more per year, and you feel like supporting the channel, I really appreciate that. We both do.
Yep, absolutely.
So anyway, and who else? Thank you all for being here and everyone who liked the video. We're up to 243 likes.
And
only 57 likes away from our 300 goal.
Yep. And don't forget to adopt a mod.
Yep.
Check somebody's channel out.
Remember, everyone who likes tonight at our new introductory subscriber gets a new book bag with a free membership to... I don't know. Sorry, I was trying to do a PBS parody, but I haven't watched a PBS telethon drive in forever and a day, so I don't remember what they're giving away anymore. Rick Steves' Guide to Europe.
Oh my God.
2,700 book companion.
Oh
where you two can
gosh.
watch the most condescending person who's ever visited Europe tell you how you can go to Europe with him.
Okay.
I actually like watching Rick Steves stuff. She hates
He
him.
does.
She wants to light him on fire.
I'm sure he's a very nice individual, but I do want to light him on
Oh, no,
fire.
I think he's probably a snot bag, but I still like watching
He's
the
an
show.
absolute snip bag, and I want to light him on fire when I see him. But I do like Europe, so yeah. Anyways, Ed, the old tech guy, $5. Thank you so much, Super Chat. You are, like, amazing. I think this is, like, your umpteenth Super Chat tonight, so it's going to be loud.
Go ahead.
Bing, 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 bing.
when I
you,
was
Ed.
sitting down, I went to adjust myself. I torqued my back badly.
Yep.
Getting old sucks.
Yep.
I was gonna say we should do a whole like we talked about doing a whole live stream where all we talked about is our favorite movies. We should do one about our favorite travel destinations.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be really fun. I'm trying to think, man.
Let's see. Oh, I'm probably way behind here at this point. So
Yes, you are. So chop chop. I was talking about the fact that Justin Dow is coaching on his daughter's. Do you say Little League or T-ball? I cannot.
that's
remember.
awesome.
And I was saying that's awesome. And then I think he said any day playing baseball. What?
Tech Girl had mentioned that your gain was too low, and I said the real problem is that you've got bad microphone discipline. And Elkfest commented also that his wife's gain is hard to control as well.
Y'all are both in trouble. You're in timeout.
Bear One says, why not put like a necktie on the missus and hook it to the mic arm so that it follows her? That's a great idea. We could just zip tie it to her. Zafio says, dynamic microphone leveling for Mrs. Bear. Yes. Tech Gorilla says, I will send you an email, read the topic and not the clutter in the chat. Thank you so much, sir. Tech Gorilla is my resident go-to guru for all things microphone stuff. He just rebuilt a soundboard, and hopefully he's going to do a video on it because it sounds like it's a great project.
And Justin Dowd just clarified it's T-ball.
T-ball.
So when you say T-ball, I'm also realizing what age you're working with. So I think you should get 2 gold stars.
Yeah.
That bless you.
And the old tech guy, easy editing. You can't beat iMovie on an iPhone or iPad with a Mac Pro. I can with a flamethrower. I don't do Mac stuff. Sorry.
He doesn't. He is special in that way. Just
if you are on Mac, iMovie is definitely the way to go. That's for sure.
yes.
Barbecue 76 says, blankety blank, the touchpad on my laptop fouled up my last few comments.
Yes,
I guess I'm an ogre that way. Just move on so everyone else can. Sorry.
Oh, that's totally fine. Some Elkvist said to get me a headset mic, which I wore a headset for almost 20 years. And I would say that that's a fantastic idea, personally.
Or you could just learn to lean into the microphone and do it like a professional.
Are you trying to say that I am not a professional? Obviously, my head attire just stresses.
Would say otherwise.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Justin Dow says they have, and by that he's talking about Chemo here, a whole line of cordless tools. Not only do you get a battery and charger with every one of their products, but you also get a fuel indicator for battery life. Well, that's a good thing. That's one of the things I don't like on like the inexpensive tools or the batteries from DeWalt is they never put a battery indicator on those things, and it's just so irritating. Justin Dow says $30 off on Monday purchases at the end of tools. Ooh.
What?
I think he's talking about Chemo.
Oh.
He's not talking about our merch store.
Like maybe he knows something we don't know.
The Rodney says Elle likes foxes because her mom is one.
Thank you.
Jake says, what the hell is keto? Jake, it is.
And I already addressed that while you were gone.
And it's what my wife told you.
Yep.
Well, she was probably wrong.
You know what?
But
I like that answer. I think we should put that on some merch.
a shirt. What's what my wife said? Paul says gluten-free and keto are pretty much opposed. The gluten-free bread replaces protein gluten with starches.
Yes, I was saying that the thing that I miss the most, because Christine Marie was asking, what do I miss the most on keto? And I said, probably bread. But I was also saying that there are keto-friendly breads. There's a number of them that are on the market, and I've seen amazing reviews, but that I'm gluten-free, or I try to be, so probably not going to happen.
And the Tech guy says, my wife is doing keto. I'm on low carb. It pretty much cured my GERD attacks, and I'm losing weight too. Haven't had a soda or sweets in a couple of months now.
Wow. Yeah, GERD is no joke. I have my own digestive issues, but GERD is really rough. So I'm so glad that you have found something that has been successful and helpful for you. And it sounds like your wife is doing something that's great for her too.
A-Dub, the Grizzy asks, how do you do the bear? And it's kind of a trade secret, but mostly it's unicorn dust and, mulberries. He's a big fan of mulberries. So,
Except in the summer.
PJ Kentucky wants to point out that I'm a chair hog. Yes, I am.
He is.
I'm very
He's
particular about my chairs.
Unashamed.
Nope.
In his chair hoggedness.
I don't ask for much, but what I want is mine.
Okay, let's be real. You don't ask for much. Really?
I don't. I just take it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, just want to clarify that. Just so we're all on the same page.
Just as it's because of the keto diet. Eat more bread and sugar. Ooh.
That's what he's saying is my problem as
Yeah.
to why I can't function.
James says, I know what Jeff misses on the keto diet. Whiskey. I don't miss it nearly as much. I do. You know what it is? I'm old enough to not like getting hungover, not feeling like crap the next day. That's why I don't drink the way I used to. Once you start getting old enough and you start having your hangovers last longer than a single day, that's when you're like, it's time to cut back.
Yep.
And Donna Ross says, my company, plural because of several, are not the cheapest, but but great customer service.
Because we were discussing
Yes.
looking for insurance and stuff.
The dude here asks, any guesses on when Home Depot will announce their Spring Black Friday sale?
Ooh, sorry.
No, they're not good at pre-announcing that sort of thing. But I was actually just going to look into that. I'll have to go back. Actually, I can probably do it. Why don't you read a comment real quick?
I'm going to read Justin Dow's. It says, whoa, it says, you are too bright, is what it says. It says, I could live and survive on bread, candy, chips, and beer. Justin, honey, you would be living. But
if you replaced beer with whiskey and Coke, I could probably do it.
yeah. But you know what? That's the beauty of life, is that you get to choose what works for you. And if bread, candy, chips, and beer works for you, I say go at it. Jim says Keto Rocks went from 246 to 185 on the ribeye and whiskey diet. I have heard that from a number of people actually. And I have to say that is one thing that keto has really been making me do and learn more about is I don't really know a lot about red meat. I didn't grow up eating a lot of red meat, so I'm not like a great steak maker, great steak griller.
You've gotten much better.
But I have gotten better. And because we do eat more red meat now, it's definitely made me, explore it and make it more than once, every 6 months or something. So I think that's great. Learning something new.
As far as the Home Depot Spring Black Friday, it looks like last year it was the first week of April. By the way, tonight, if you get a chance, go out and check out the moon. It is the crow's moon, which is...
Is that like the bee's knees?
Well, there's a couple different names for it, but it's instead of a harvest moon, it's a spring moon. It's basically when signals when the birds get out, the worms. It's also called a worm moon sometimes because the ground's softening up and the birds are getting more active. The worms get more active. The birds eat the worms, that sort of thing. And it's also going to be at it's not apogee, but it's starts with a P. What do you call it? When it's the closest it is to it's a super moon.
No.
And it's going to be a very big, bright. In fact, tomorrow I think is the actual full moon, but it's really, as far as the human eye can tell, there's a 3-day window there for it. So tonight and through tomorrow is going to be really good viewing for the moon if you not cloudy where you are.
Tom wants to know beer is food.
It should.
Then he clarified it isn't food.
Oh.
And then PJ Kentucky said if it had vitamins.
It's got vitamins if you do it right.
And Gramoot, don't worry about being late. Says, sorry, I was late.
Oh.
I got into a text argument with his daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hugs to you, and just remember to breathe, and that you still love her.
And just remember, text, it's really hard to convey a lot of the emotions and stuff, and things often come across incorrectly. So,
yep, took us a while to figure that one out. Probably not you so much. Yeah, he's pointing at me. It was really me. But it's true. When you read something, you don't know somebody's tone. So just try to take a deep breath and maybe don't do the texting.
Navi asks Coke or Pepsi. I'm either or Coke Zero or Pepsi. What is it? Is it Pepsi Zero? Coke Zero? The black stuff. What is it? Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Yep.
Is what I'm drinking right now. She hates it.
Yep.
We only drink diet. I realize it's a bad thing, but caffeine is a great appetite suppressant. So.
Well, and you know what? You just are in life where you are.
Mark says, Jeff, you're only 17 years old, just 3 times over. And 17 isn't old enough for that whiskey.
Yep.
You know, it's not the first time I've heard that.
I have to go check on littles here. Did you see any of them looking anywhere near bed?
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Bella straight up lied to me and tried to act like she had not been fed. She did the whole like hound dance and woofed and like, oh, I'm so excited. Thank goodness you're here. You're going to feed me. I turned to Elle. I'm like, did she get fed? Elle's like, yes. And the dog, as soon as she heard that, was like,
okay. But Elle also sometimes forgets what day she fed the dog. So are you sure that she actually fed the dog?
yes.
Okay. Sometimes
The
I
dog
ask her
was a
and she's
liar.
like, yeah. And I'm like, did you feed her today? And she's like, oh, that was yesterday. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, they like to eat.
So when you go to check on her, man, you triple check just to make sure. Because the dog was real convincing, but she has been convincing before. She's a tricky
I am
little
going to go
hound.
check on the littles. I will be back. You are mostly caught up. So
Okay. Bear One says perigee or something like that. I believe you're correct. And beer is liquid bread. Well, whiskey is the water of life. So, and it's funny because bread is the staff of life. Whiskey is the water of life. There you go. Justin now says, don't forget to set the clocks forward. I know I did, and tomorrow is a work day. So, wait, does that mean Monday is now Sunday? In some places. Yeah, luckily these days, your phones and computers all do that automatically. I set it already in my truck. That means I got to go do it in her truck too, because actually she probably hasn't done it since last time, so it's probably right. And Jennifer says, why did the worm take judo lessons? So he could flip the bird. Oh, we've sunk to new lows here tonight, folks. Donna Ross says, at 39, my dad repeated 39 the next year and started going backwards. He's 18 this year. That sounds like a great tradition. I might try that one. And Jake asks, did I miss the Atlas mower talks? You did, but it wasn't a whole lot to be said. None of us have really tried it. They're just coming out. What I was able to find was that Atlas seems to be OEM from the same company that makes Greenworks. So go look at the review on Greenworks stuff, and if you like that and you like it in black and orange, then get the Atlas one. Definitely seems like the way to go. If you're looking to buy a whole line of tools, I definitely prefer buying it like, being able to buy the batteries that I need with the amount of chargers I need, not having to pay for that with each tool like you do with the Lynx line. Bear One says, this time I'm hoping to plan on being at Harbor Freight with enough battery to tour there. And now with the new Atlas on displays, I need to get stuff to play on the camera, or get more stuff to play on the camera. I need to go check it out. I thought we had a garden hose, and one of the ladies bought a new garden hose. We needed a new one. And this is what happens when you leave it up to them. And I can say this because they're not here. I'm not sure which one of them bought it. But they bought this system that comes with a quick release end. It's one of those expanding hoses. And the other end only fits their attachments. So I can't use it with anything else. It's awesome. I was so thrilled today finding that out. So I got to go to Harbor Freight tomorrow. Or, I don't know, maybe I'll go run down to Ace or something and get a hose. Good hoses are so expensive. But that's what I get. I send them out. They're like, oh, I had a coupon and I bought the... Yeah. Anyway, My own fault. Jennifer says, my dad said if you drink too much whiskey, you get too much whiskers. I know what you're talking about. Christina asks, are the kiddos keto? No. Well, I mean, no, they're not keto. They're definitely low carb. Griffin has some issues with carbs. He's got an autoimmune issue that flares up if he gets sick, and it's exacerbated if he's been eating a lot of carbs. The little girl has a similar issue. Duncan just needs to watch his weight. I don't know where he's snacking or finding the food, but I'm going to find it and I'm going to do something about it. He tried keto for like 2 weeks, and I thought that was a bit excessive. And I think he should just go low carb, balanced, diet kind of stuff. Oh man, I really did wrench my back there. That's going to be lovely tomorrow. I can tell already. Now where was I? Hold on. And it jumps on. Jake says, when Birdie comes Monday will be Sunday, and gumdrops and roses will be the new norm. I like gumdrops. Orange slices, actually. Big fan of orange slices. Can't have those. There, you want to talk about one thing I miss? When I do road trips, anytime I drive long distance, I got to have, I get one of those decent size, not the exorbitantly large bag, but like the one that's about this big of orange slices, and I have a spot for it right on the center console, and I just snack on those as I drive. Yeah, no more of that. Oh, what a shame. That's an old tradition. My grandfather used to do that, and Werther's. He always had Werther's in the RV. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I am. Donna Russ's only problem, he is now too young to drink. Then we was with a group that became legal to drink twice. He was between 18 and 21 when they upped the drinking age. What's funny is I've quite often in my life been lucky enough to be, as they kept raising the age groups, to have just barely, gotten past it and grandfathered. But the one I did miss out on was when I was living in Southern Ohio. They raised the age for beer to 21, and it used to be 18 or 19. I think it was 18 at the time. They had 2/3 beer that you could get when you were 18, and they got rid of that like 1 year before I turned 18. We were all pissed. Not that anybody or any bar around there checked, ages. Man, that Southern Ohio, Northern Kentucky, a lot of German Americans. People around there drink like a fish, and it was just, I mean, I've been all over the South and all over the U.S., and I think the people in Southern Ohio, Northern Kentucky, I don't think I've ever seen any place that drinks like they do, and not in a just jovial, good nature kind of way. Like, we're getting hammered every night. Zaphiel, how I'd imagine arguing with a daughter over text messages would go. Your cell phone is now canceled. Come talk to me when you grow up. And PJ says, I switched to giving an anniversary of my 21st birthday instead of a birthday. It makes people do the math.
Yep.
Jennifer says, it's been a month since we've been to Harbor Freight. New stuff has arrived. Time to see what's new.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to do a walkthrough of our local Harbor Freight. So much has changed. What's up, ears or eyes? So weird. Jan Garber says, what's the difference between a battery-powered impact driver and an impact wrench? An impact wrench has an anvil on it. Hold on.
Jennifer responded.
Well, I was going to show her.
Okay. Ow. Anyways, good night, Frank.
Oh my gosh. My back is... What did you do to me?
Whatever, soccer player. You're going to
And
drop
I'm going
it.
to drop it. That's a drill. There's an impact.
Please hold. One moment.
Oh. Right at my lower right hand, right above my pelvis. So this is an impact driver. Okay. 1/4 inch adapter bit. You pull that open, goes in there, and this hits small, little, tiny hits. Runs super high speed. It's for like driving screws and small lag bolts and stuff like that. This is an impact wrench. There's just no hole here. It's got, they call it an anvil. This fits like in a socket or something like this. And it's for taking off bolts and that kind of stuff. You can use it there. You are seeing these show up more and more on contracting sites because people have found that like, hey, if I'm sinking large lag bolts and stuff like that, one of these suckers will really get the job done quick. It's a similar concept scaled up with a different interface, essentially. Usually, basically, the impact driver is for mostly dealing with construction material. The impact wrench is mostly for mechanics, but sometimes you will see them used in the opposite field.
Paul St. Marie is talking about 3.2 beer.
Yeah. I was talking about it and about they changed the drinking age when I was living in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Try the peach rings. Oh yeah. Oh, I hate those things.
I like them.
Yeah, you would. 3.2 beer is what you're thinking.
Amazing. We just had that conversation.
I know, but I don't know, but they always called it 2/3.
Yes.
I don't know if they did the math wrong or somebody had a name on it or something, but that's what they called it. Roddy says, on the age thing, my mom, when she turned 80, said she would start counting backwards. And I was 60 and we'll meet at 70. We're halfway there. She's really 85 and I'll be 65 in April. BW says, beef jerky is something some uses as an alternative snack. I know someone on a carnivore diet doing that.
Yep, I know. It's definitely...
I love jerky. I don't know if are there any carbs in it? Well, if you use like a teriyaki, or it depends on the sauce.
That's the thing, is it has to do with the flavoring. Kind of like with pork rinds. Ooh, I should pick some of those up. When you get like the flavored kinds, they tend to increase the carbs.
Speaking of which, I'm going to be making this week. I'll give you some sneak peeks. I don't know if I showed it last time, but I picked up the cast iron cookware from, well, the pans, not the pot, but I picked up the pans from Harbor Freight, and I picked up a Lodge cast iron skillet because I like cooking with cast iron. So if I'm going to start doing more cooking, I'm going to use good cookware. So I'm going to be doing a comparison of the Harbor Freight to Lodge, gladly, and bring it here.
Nope.
Yeah, because you know what'll happen live on the air.
He would bite my toe.
I bet the snot. Did you see Duncan?
Yes.
I bet the snot out of him.
Yep.
Stuck his hand in my face. That's what happens. And so we're gonna do that, but I'm gonna be making bacon jam.
Why are you giving away all my secrets?
It's not your secret. It's mine. And this is family. Sunday Night Tool Talk it. We got plenty of viewers who will be plenty surprised. You're not making it. I bought some big, thick cut sliced bacon.
Did you hear that?
You're
Apparently, I'm not making it.
You're not.
Okay, well, enjoy yourself.
I'm going to. I'm going to have a great time.
I'm going to go
by myself, eating my bacon jam. Yeah, buddy. So
actually, if it's good, I think we should mail it to our friend Heather.
Yeah, that would be nice. She's not doing so well. Anyway, so you take bacon after you've got your pan all good and seasoned, of course. You kind of dice it up, cube it, if you would. Then fry it up. Get it to the good consistency, not too crispy. Take the bacon out, leave the grease. And then you dice up an onion. Throw that in there.
This is not happening on our other channel.
I'm just giving you a preview.
Oh, okay.
Don't make me mute your mic.
Good luck with that.
Can't reach it.
Don't
worry. You'll be far enough back from it soon enough. No one will hear you anyway. So anyway, so dice up an onion, throw it in there with the grease. Brown the snot out of that onion. Then add in some Worcestershire, some apple cider vinegar. Boil that up. Then add in. You're supposed to add brown sugar, but we're going to be using a sugar substitute. And a few other 11 herbs and spices. Render that whole thing down, and then take it and you throw it in a blender. You don't have to, but a lot of people do to give it that kind of bacony relish kind of, and it's a topping you use for like burgers and stuff like that. So,
Bear One, you are correct.
about
He says, I think the missus just gave you the equivalent of go stand in traffic.
she should have a shirt for that one. See the shirt? Do it. Paul says the entire beer in Ohio thing was strange. First, they got rid of 3.2 beer and made drinking age for beer 19. Then the feds forced everyone to raise it back to 21. Yeah, I was right about. We go hang out down at the local bowling alley, and we'd play video games and foosball and whatnot, and they never asked about drinking age or anything like that. And hell, we had drive-through pony kegs, the old Quonset hut kind of buildings. You just pull right through, you pop your trunk, you tell them what you want, and they throw it in the back, you drive away, and everything but a straw, you're ready to go.
So sorry, I did not mean to confuse people. We have another channel called Geek Health. Everybody's like, what other channel? What's going on? So
we
the
have
other
two other channels.
I know. Yes, we have.
Well, there's a third one, but I'm not telling you what it is.
He's not even telling me, so don't feel left out.
I'm not telling myself.
So it is Geek Health, and that's the one that's about.
Hold on. As in like geek, GEEKHEALTH.
Spelling.
Yeah.
You can do it.
It's Sunday night. I'm checked out. So sorry. People often get confused when you say it too fast. Geek Health.
Yes.
So go ahead.
And it is basically about health and weight loss and fitness and food.
The tagline is hacking the diet code.
Oh, okay. I was going to do the other one.
That's why it's Geek Health.
That's right.
Because we're being geeky about it.
We're also taking ibuprofen because that's how we roll.
Wrench my back.
So that is the other channel. And then we also have the Den of Gadgets. That's another channel that we have. Which somebody had commented on that they didn't think that you did a video for Den of Gadgets this week.
I didn't. We had some family stuff take over, and I've been trying to sneak it in, and I'm gonna have to do a makeup one later this week. I'm sorry. And what I was trying to do is, where's that green flashlight? You see it?
Is it this one?
That's it. Your side of the desk is an absolute mess.
I don't know if you saw that go stand in traffic.
No, that was,
Look
I'm
again.
going to push you into traffic. Look.
Whatever.
So OLight has a sale coming up, and they sent me two new flashlights.
Two new flashlights.
There's this one.
That one's green. Whoa, that's bright in my eyeballs.
It's not even on.
But it's bright in my eyeballs.
I wish people would stop doing this tactical bit. I'm not going to attack somebody with my flashlight.
You know what, though, honey? Here's the deal. That's the difference between men and women. Women really would probably use that. That would be a safety feature for women. You don't think about it because you're a man.
No, I don't think about it because I carry a one of those things that I can't say on YouTube.
Force multiplier.
Force multiplier. Thank you. Very good. That was.
Actually,
like
we went and looked at it. We went and looked at a house today. And
where this is going.
No, and the person, it was a for sale by owner. And so the gentleman who was showing the house, first of all, was wearing an army shirt. So he's letting everyone know that he's military minded. And he was carrying a firearm in his pocket, which the other people that I was looking at the house totally did not notice at all. But I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I mean, if you're opening your house up to the public, got to protect yourself.
And then the other flashlight they sent me is this thing, which is much bigger on your screen than it is in real life.
In real life, it's teeny tiny.
Yeah. It's like an inch and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Woo. Sorry. It's pretty bright. What do you think?
Whoa, in my eyeballs.
Pretty bright.
Really? Okay.
That might actually go on my
punch you
keychain.
if you do that again.
But you won't be able to find me. All you see is spots. I'm moving.
It's okay.
Dodging.
It'll be like driving down the road with the children. I'll just be swinging
Nice.
wildly. Bear One says, "Hey Bear, would emailing you my number end up being easier since emails are a bit hit and miss between both of us? I miss them in my inbox. Don't worry, I have faults too." I would say I'm gonna answer. This is my answer before he answers. I'm gonna say probably not because he's just time-wise in phones. He doesn't even answer the phone when I call like 3/4 of the time. I'm like, it's an emergency. I'm on fire. Please call me.
No.
So phones don't really work better for him. So that's my 2 cents.
No. Email is the number one way I communicate. Text messages, I hate text messages. It's first of all, I can't see my phone. That's the problem. I'll show you. This is me reading a text message on my phone. Oh yeah. Wait, hold on, I got one right there. It said something about, "Hey John, have you checked out the new CBD oil?" I get so much spam. Which is why I get, oh my gosh. Matthew says impulse drivers are a game. Awesome. I think he means impulse in that there's another form of impact called impulse where they actually use a liquid rather than a mechanical thing to cause the impact on it. I'm not a fan of them. I know a lot of people really like them. I think the feeling is too weird, very torquey. Justin says DeWalt for the win when it comes to construction and tied with Milwaukee for automotive. In fact, go check out if you want to find out. Justin just did a great comparison between the Milwaukee and the new DeWalt. I think DeWalt was behind the game for quite a while. I think they're catching up. Certainly, they get the money to do it if they wanted to. That's what I always love. People are saying, "Well, they can't do this." I'm like, Stanley Black & Decker is as big as almost the rest of the entire tool industry. If they want something, they can buy it. They can make it happen. The question is, do they want it to cut into their profit margin? So apparently they're getting to the point where, yeah, we're willing to do that.
Good night, Jim. He says, "Good night. I'm out.
Good night.
God bless."
PJ Kentucky says, we always called it near beer. I remember that. I remember calling it that. But again, I was always been a bourbon drinker since I've been drinking, which of course, boys and girls, has been since the age of 21.
That's right. 76 is going to make another video.
Stay tuned. Ooh, is he making it now? Mm-hmm. Jennifer says, I use our big impact gun 1/2-inch drive to sink lag bolts. Got a special square socket too for the odd square headed lags. Yep, you can do that. A lot of people do. Jennifer says, timer, gotta run spin the pizza. Is that a metaphor for something?
No, she's making dinner late at night. She's turning the pizza.
I'm teasing. Oh, it's too bad this is a family-friendly channel because I got a story for you guys. Talking about missed metaphors. The Craig says, I remember when Chicago Pneumatic owned the market, not anymore. I remember when you could pick up Chicago Pneumatic at Big Lots. I remember back in the day getting some great deals on some Chicago Pneumatic stuff showing up at Big Lots. Kevin Smith says, which is better, Milwaukee 16-inch chainsaw or the Makita 16-inch chainsaw? Honestly, I'd have to say that if I had to choose between the two, I would probably choose the Makita, probably because I like the color green better than red. No, I've never used either of those tools, and I've never even looked into them. If you're talking about cordless, then I would go with whichever one your tool line you're already invested in. And chances are, if you're in a cordless line, there's probably a decent chainsaw in that lineup. If you really need to get a serious chainsaw, I'd probably find something in a 60 or 80 volt.
So Jake wants you to know about this invention that they have called glasses. I've been telling you about them.
I have glasses.
He just means, since you seem to have a lot of
I
trouble
don't carry them with me.
with your eyeballs.
I leave them places where I'm going to be. I had some in the truck. My truck glasses have died. I need new truck glasses.
You leave them places.
I
That's
leave
it.
them places that I can't find because I don't have my glasses on.
That's right. He's like, I don't know where my glasses are.
He's like, they're in. Well, here's the other half of that one. She comes in. Have you seen my glasses? I'm like, beside the ones that are on your head.
We don't need to talk about that. Why do we need to talk about
She's
that?
you walked into the room asking to see where your cell phone is. And it's in your hand.
I've told my mother I have to go when we're having a phone conversation because I need to find my phone. I'm talking to her on the phone when I say that. Yep.
Oh. Jake says it's a long distance paper hole punch.
Yes, Jake is also the one that said that you needed glasses.
Is that Jake from State Farm?
Oh my gosh. I saw something so funny about that the other day.
I always loved that first commercial, the one where he's like, who are you talking to? It's Jake from State Farm. Well,
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis. But I love the new one they have. Like, do they ever ask you what you're wearing? Yeah, it happens.
All the time. Yep.
They're pretty funny commercials. Let's see. Oh, where'd it go?
Somebody's also mentioning that they have text size adjustment options.
They do, but then it gets so big, I can read like one or two words, and I have to scroll. It's annoying. I can tell you, if they didn't have the voice to text, I would never actually respond to a text message on my phone. That's for sure.
And I have to apologize to everyone that I do actually text because I use talk to text, but I don't actually look at it before I hit send.
Ever.
So
Ever. Never
I really
looks at it.
never, ever look at it. And then later I'm like, oh my goodness, that is totally not what I meant to
I
say.
think that's why I'm so good at reading the mistyped stuff in chat, because I'm so used to your text messages. I'm like,
See?
okay.
I'm bringing you another service.
Sea monkeys are making pizza tonight. What could that possibly mean? Literally have seen texts like that.
I'm going to own that.
Bear says, I was afraid the missus was going to say that you two looked at a house and she climbed on the table. I'll see myself out now. Not really, but Oh my gosh. So some friends, some local YouTube friends, we were talking about doing a podcast together, and we were trying to figure out like how to do a podcast studio. And
I'm wondering where the story's going.
I suggested that we get a portable setup for microphones and stuff, and we just go to open houses.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And have somebody stand there, just pick one of the rooms, set it up in there, set up the recording thing, and just go for it. Because, have a sign, hold up, like, quiet, please, recording. And they'll just assume that you're recording something for the manufacturer of the house or something. Like, go to one of these, not private individual selling houses, but like going to like these tract homes that they're building. They're building it all over around the outskirts of Vegas. They've massive, huge tracts of lawn, tract homes. And you could camp out on one of those for an afternoon. And, somebody comes in like, I'm sorry, what are you doing here? Quiet, please, we're recording. And till they run you out, right?
Yep.
That's what we did at the Alibaba booth when we went to the expo in, there was an expo here in Vegas we went to for white label product kind of stuff. And I wanted to see what they were offering and who was doing distributing and stuff. It was a total waste of time. But Alibaba was there. And we've been walking around, my knees were hurting a bit. So they had a big area for sitting. They had like 10 tables for having meetings and conferences. So I just camped out one of the tables, sat down, and we were there for about almost 45 minutes before they finally kicked us out. And she's like, are you worried they're going to yell at us? I'm like, I've spent so much money on Alibaba. They can afford to let me use a table for half an hour.
Yep. And Daughter of Ra is backing up your claim that my text messages are totally insane. And the only thing I have to rely on is the fact that people know who I am. So whatever ridiculousness that I have written, if it is offensive or horrible, they're just like, that can't be what you really meant.
Backwoods Mechanic says, I can see the Moonshine Distillery from my house.
Yep.
I can see the Moonshine Distillery right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've got a 20-gallon
It's for
water
educational-
distillation. Yeah, it's educational. Sitting right there.
educational, historic item. Bear One also says that he admits that he's left his phone in the freezer before. So yeah, that's a thing. So I have nothing to worry about. That's right. See?
Yeah. Zafio says, can you review the King of Chop Saws? See,
know.
I lost that one.
Sean did it in IKEA. I don't know what that means.
Rod, no, she actually has a pizza in the oven, you goof. Does this girl speak pizza in the oven? She's not. The rabbit didn't die, did it?
I will throw my shoe at you.
You got to be old to remember to get that reference. You never hear anyone say that one anymore. Did the bunny die?
Christina, that is horrible. Christina Marie wants to know how to make moonshine cherries.
Making moonshine cherries is, first of all, I'm not a big fan of just straight moonshine, believe it or not. I like bourbon. So toast the chips, soak it, easy there. Do it right. But if you want to, all you got to do for that is get a mason jar, fill it with cherries, and then just fill it up with your alcohol of choice. Don't do vodka. Vodka is just lame. I like bourbon.
I mean, that's you. Other people like vodka, so it's fine to do that.
That's disgusting, and it's un-American. It's because Russian influences trying to make you
Whatever.
put vodka on your cherries.
Oh my gosh.
And just let it soak until, taste one like once a month until it gets to the consistency you want. And then when it's at that point, pour the liquor out, drink that because that tastes really yummy too. There was a bar I used to go to actually in San Francisco that would serve you a rocks glass full of cherries soaked in Knob Creek. And they would bring me that, and then they would bring me a rocks glass filled with cherries, and then next to that I'd have 2 fingers of the actual bourbon from that. And it was a great way to spend an evening.
Sean clarified his statement. He was saying that we should do a podcast in IKEA. That's a brilliant idea. I actually have looked at the restaurant section, and they've expanded and sort of changed it since the last time I'd been there. And I was telling him, I'm like, we could do a meetup there. There's room.
We should start guerrilla podcasting. We just go around really obnoxious places and start podcasting.
Yeah. You know where else we could? The doctor's office. Hello, welcome to so-and-so dentistry.
I want to come up.
The den of tools.
2 folding chairs right in the middle of the Bellagio, man. Right in their lobby. Just sit up, start live streaming right there. We're here coming at you live from the Bellagio. Security comes up. Can we help you? No, we're good.
We're good. If you could just be quiet though right now.
Steve said we could do this.
Yes. That's right, Steve.
We have a permit from my dog. She signed it and everything.
Man, we have not been drinking, but we are. Woo. Bear One. My number question did also aim towards the missus, because now I'm intrigued by weird typed texts that sound hilarious and also like crickets in our emails.
Yeah, she never answers any of my text messages.
You don't even send me text messages. I don't even think you have my
No,
phone
I
number.
use Google Hangouts because I can send it from the computer.
Do you see
Jake
how
wants
well our children go to sleep?
Jake wants me to know that the glasses work best when they're on my nose.
That's right.
That's why you get bifocals. I keep leaving my glass. Bifocals would kill me because I would be looking through the wrong one, reaching for something, and I would impale myself on something. I'm sure of it.
Good night, Justin Dow.
Jake says he doesn't own any khakis. Jake, you're ruining the image, man.
It's all right. We can send you some.
I don't think I own any khakis either.
He does. He just
I
doesn't
do?
know. Yes, you do.
Where?
Upstairs in the bag of clothing that you have not tried on.
Oh, yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah. See, like I was saying, carry on.
Yeah, she buys me clothes and
He never tries them
I
on.
try that on eventually.
I literally bought them 2 years ago.
RBX says, the more mature you are, if item lost, always fridge or freezer. I have gone looking in the fridge, but I've never actually left. Now I've done like, where did I put the peanut butter and I'd put it in the fridge, that kind of thing. Didn't you like put the milk in the oven or something one time?
I was pregnant, and it wasn't the oven.
Maraschino cherries. I think the ones I've seen were maraschino cherries. Barbecue 76. What if IKEA sold puzzles? What would the directions look like?
Don't just read this and move on. I want to know the answer.
Man, I hate IKEA stuff. Putting this grill together made me think about how much I hate IKEA.
You should have done a video on that.
Oh.
Seriously, I kept coming out. I'm like, oh, he's still working on that.
So many parts.
Yeah.
So many parts. I cannot believe. So one of the grills I bought, they're within $10 difference in price. One of them came completely put together.
One of them did not.
One of them did not.
Guess which one was the one we were having issues with?
Oh my gosh. It wasn't so much issues. It was so many little fiddly bits to
There's
put together.
There's a name for that though. What is it's somebody's job to do like technical, like instructions. Like that's their
Satan?
job. That was the person that did yours. But I'm saying there's somebody whose job it is.
And they did the
and that makes
instructions.
such a
There's no
difference.
instructions. There's just technical drawings. There's no like take this and do this.
Ow.
Nothing.
Ow.
No.
Can you get my hair? It's stuck in the chair. Ow. Okay, that's just ripping it out. Just so you know, that's not actually.
I didn't know where it was stuck. It's out now. Is it out? Is it out?
Usually it's the rivet.
Is it
not
out?
The fabric part.
Is it out?
You don't know.
It is.
No, it's probably still in there.
It
You
probably
probably just
is.
ripped it out of my hair.
Justin says, gotta go. Thanks for the stream. Cheers, Bear family. You have a good one. Take care. Say hi to the family. Give them hugs for us. Jeffrey says, you gotta distill that water. At some point, it might even need to be needed to stay healthy. You never know.
Ooh, somebody said, Jennifer's saying, seriously, podcast from the big Welcome to Vegas sign in the median. And we could show all the people that stand there that are trying to get you to pay them money to take your picture with your own cell phone.
It's so funny because I can remember stopping there when it was just a little dirt path in the center of the road and people would honk at us because we were stopped there. And now they've got it into this whole like tourist thing.
Did you ride your dinosaur there?
I did.
Okay. That is right. I was talking about technical writers. That is correct, Elkfest. That's right. And I can't see. That's Wahawk. It says there are never instructions, only suggestions. That is correct.
Nova Snake says, haven't felt very good this weekend, but I had to make your podcast. Off to bed, shine on. I hope you feel better. Hope you have a great week and then you rebound. I'm actually not feeling
Big hugs.
so hot. In fact, it's 9:00.
Yeah.
All the better here. So let me finish up with these and then we're going to sign off for the evening. Mark says, Red the Bear seems like he might be a vodka drinker and Putin supporter based on his name. No, he's a North American tool bear. The November, I can't pronounce that. We'll just call him November. Says, at Den Tools, howdy bears, love the channel. Catch you guys whenever I can. Fellow Las Vegan, Las Vegan, and HVAC tech. Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
I love, I know you guys do some really hard work. Always
Yes,
love to have you
especially
guys
here.
add to the conversation because I get a lot of questions about guys looking at HVAC stuff and I don't have any background with it. So always feel free to chime in and leave a post or talk about tools that you like to use. Andrew says, are there any decent whiskey shops in Vegas? I don't know a lot about them. I don't drink as much as I used to. The only place I know was this one down near the, right near the airport. It's the closest liquor store to the airport. I remember that. And they have a pretty good selection.
Yeah, I think another place you're talking about.
Gurmeet says, no, really, I thought the same thing. Now I don't know what I'd do without them.
I think he means glasses.
Oh, yeah. Donna Ross says, not the oven, it was the dishwasher.
Is that where
She had a
you
pizza in the dishwasher? What?
I think
I'm
she
so
means her
confused
phone.
now.
I think she means her phone.
Oh.
She's talking about her phone.
Elkra says, if IKEA made puzzles, each piece would come with its own compartment in a blister pack with its own part number, and the instructions would tell you where to put each part number, and would each piece have its own Swedish name to go with it? Bear One says, I have also done the leaving the phone in the freezer while
Yep.
on a call. They certainly were confused as why I was Why, as was I, because that, what did I forget? Was I doing something? Yeah, I bet they thought it was awfully cold real quick for some reason.
Yep.
Elkfa says, Mrs. Bear, I think you're talking about technical writers. We talked about that. Wohawk, you comment on that one. Never drink water. Think about what fish do in it. Good point. Bear wants us, please don't repeat. Is it out yet? Quickly like that again. I will spit up my tea. Oh my gosh. Oh, there was a video I saw. Somebody sent, doing something with a nail gun. Put a nail straight in through his thumb about this deep and had to pull it out himself.
Ow.
Mm.
Ow.
A little bit hand sanitizer will take care of that.
A little bit of duct tape.
Yeah.
You'll be right.
Jake says, get some
Salon Pos lidocaine patches.
Oh,
yes, we
there we
actually
go.
have some of those.
Oh, for my back.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here.
Jennifer says, I remember when it was dirt, small road there too.
Yeah. And Joe Smith and friends, checking out After Dark, Friday 1st on with Joe Smith. Do check out his channel. He does some great interviews. And I hope you get to expand that series because I think that's a great series that you're doing there. It's really great to get to know some more of the YouTubers, some more of their backstory and where they're from and what they do and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's it. It's Sunday night. We got 170 some people concurrently on, 271 likes. If you could on your way out the door, hit the like button. Really appreciate it. If we could hit 300, that would be great. Also, don't forget to adopt a mod. If you haven't adopted a mod yet tonight, stop by, check them out, check out their channel. Daughter Raw probably has the best content on all of all of YouTube. Seeing
And
it's late
Utah.
for me. And Utah, probably.
Yep, absolutely.
Although Dry Bar, I like Dry Bar. They have some good stuff. That's a stand-up comedy place in Salt Lake City. They have a YouTube channel. It's pretty funny. Anyway, thank you everyone who supported the channel with your super chats tonight, as well as people who became a member or who are members and support us. And if you did give us a like or a thumbs up or a shout out or whatever, just appreciate all of you coming by and being part of our Sunday night family here. We appreciate having you here. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on. I really did a number on my back.
It's because you're a dingbat.
I was lifting